what's up guys? My name is Holly and welcome back to Chronicle. This is the home where a bunch of my favourite people and I get together and tell some awesome stories and hopefully take you guys along for the ride with us. Today we're going to be playing Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, so you expect it by now. If you don't know what it is, get onto it. You'll learn as you go, I have faith. Unfortunately we don't have a full gang together today. We hope that Leah is feeling better and joining us hopefully next week, so we miss you. Join us again. As always, if you guys are running a bit behind and haven't checked out our last session, you can always do so at the links in the description below to our YouTube, where we have all of our archived sessions. So you can check out some awesome one-shots that we've done. Lockie's campaign, where we all died, love that. And obviously the rest of this wonderful campaign that we're going to jump into tonight. So, anybody else have anything else to say?
Peppers.
Okay, so just a quick recap for anybody who didn't happen to join us for last session. We did eventually make it to Dount after a long and arduous journey where many things happened. Chaos in the party between Abelard and Nadria, as well as a confrontation with some bandits and lots of different chaotic things have been happening. So yeah, please do check out last session.
Got stabbed, Lamau.
Oh yeah,
Should have
I
died.
almost killed
Realistically,
Abelard. Love that.
love that.
Love that for me.
Absolutely
Love that for
terrifying.
Abelard.
Let's not do that again, guys.
No promise.
No, I think we should actually.
Much like characters to
yeah,
make.
so
It's
we
not
are going
Abelard.
to be
No.
beginning in Dount this session. So I'm going to do something a little bit different for my opening monologue, just for anybody who happened to miss the description of Dount. We're just going to be covering that now, because I am conscious that it was at the end of last session. So yeah, we will just quickly get into it. Give me a moment. Okay, find here. So okay. Alright, so to the left and right of the steadily approaching town, acres and acres of terrace farming climb up the sides of hills, interspersed between regular rolling hills. Littered with farmers in wide-brim hats that till the soil and collect corn, wheat and barley, the landscape surrounding this large town is picturesque in its quilt of gold and green, trimmed with vibrant spots of reds, blues and purples. Small huts of wood and stone stand tall next to large windmills, etched into the gently sloping terraces, their chimneys puffing out curls of smoke from their roaring fires. Ravens glide up above, their dark wings buffeted on the breeze, as small scrolls are attached with leather harnesses to their backs and legs. Heavy rope bridges span the distance between hills, connecting the various tiers of farming to one another. Farmers traversing the bridges carefully as they sway gently underneath their footsteps. As you approach the town itself, winding your way down towards it, a dirt path in between fields of crops and rolling green hills, an onslaught of colour reaches out to you, beckoning you in. Swathes of faded pastel colours blanket the town, slathered on the plaster of tall buildings that line the main thoroughfare, and accenting the small one-storey cottages with ruined pale paint and intricate fretwork. All along the street, flower boxes overflow with geraniums, daisies, ivy and other plants, their colours mixing with pale pinks, purples and apricots. Buildings are stacked up almost on top of one another as they scale the sides of hills and overlook the bustling town below. The pastel colours of the town reflect the colours of the wildflowers and crops that litter the surrounding landscape, providing a spot of warmth and colour to an otherwise endlessly green expanse. On the outskirts of the town, the worn dirt path that you travelled on all the way from Helior to Dount suddenly transitions to rough but well-made cobblestone paths. A huge stone archway hangs above the main entrance, bearing the words "Welcome to Dount" engraved onto a metal sign in neat, looping script in a chipped pastel blue. Before you, farmers haul overflowing Hessian sacks of produce over their shoulders, whilst others carry crates 2 by 2 by wrought iron handles as they walk along the street. Crates are piled high on wagons covered with canvas as draft horses drag them behind, scuffing the stonework below. Townsfolk roam in and out of buildings, waving to one another and stopping to chat underneath heavy fabric awnings. The awnings themselves are decorated with pastel colours and thick stripes, The heady scent of florals wafts towards you all now. The closer you travel to the town proper, mingling with the comforting aroma of freshly baked bread and sweet pastries and jams. Roaring fires make smoke billow upwards as cooks yell towards one another and poke and prod at meat cooking on enormous grills behind open stalls set up in the gaps between buildings. Visible at the very end of this wide main street, a large 3-story building is pressed up against the base of a mountain, bathed in a warm apricot colour with large framed wooden windows spaced out symmetrically along all 3 stories. Built up underneath an awning of rock, the building itself is lit by chains of lanterns that rotate gently on their own, spraying light in every direction from where they're attached to polished copper. In front of the building itself, a wide wooden notice board is angled towards the opening of the street and littered with posters and flyers, bright colours spread across it to catch the eyes of approaching passers-by. Figures stream in and out of the open wooden French doors of this distant building, turning down the streets or into shop fronts, whilst farmers work in nearby fields on the outskirts of Dount. Welcome to Dount, everyone. What would you like to do?
Kruger is just like in awe of all the colours and the vibrancy of Doubt. This place really reminds me of home a little bit, but way prettier.
I believe I have to pay the driver of the thing, 25 gold pieces, right?
Yes, that's right.
I will pay that.
Well, do we all want to
Anyone else craving donuts?
Well, I mean, there was a smell of pastries.
Oh, what's a donut?
A donut, it's like...
Wait, would any of us know what a donut is?
Kruger probably would. You've been in a big enough from a major city, so you probably would know.
Hell yeah.
And I would say June would know as well.
I
Probably
probably
not
wouldn't.
usually
Yeah,
in
probably,
your area,
yeah.
but you might have heard about them from passers-by or maybe
Friends.
even
what
these two
is
have been talking about
Retconning, me and Kruger actually had a conversation about donuts.
I agree to this.
Because
Great,
Kruger
yeah.
misread
Oh,
the
no.
map.
Here we go. Dude, oh, they smell like cinnamon donuts. Oh, maybe with jam in the middle. Oh,
Yo, that
Yo.
sounds awesome.
oh sorry. I
want one of those.
You want to? Okay, I think to the to-do list, other than lemon slice, we're gonna find a donut and we're gonna try donuts.
Yeah,
Your
there you go,
lives will be
conversation.
your
Roleplay
lives
just
will be
occurred.
changed.
It's
Are they
real.
more serious? Not just everybody remembers the disappearances in the area. Do not get kidnapped.
What
Wait,
was
what?
it like? Kids specifically?
I don't know.
Yeah,
can
kidnapped.
Can I go?
Kids.
Can I go have a look at the notice board and see what that's about?
Sure. So you guys are leaving your wagon. You're just heading out into town, or what are you
I
doing?
assume
So
we pay them first.
Yeah, I
and
paid them
then-
already.
and wish them farewell, and if hopefully we run into you guys again soon. Thank you for letting us travel with you. Obviously,
Thank
it wasn't
you.
the safest of journeys, but it could have been a lot worse. Who knows?
Yeah, no worries. It's been a pleasure to have you all. Maybe I'll see you sometime if you're heading back down a Rumbellian way. See you all sometime in the future, maybe. But thank you for the gold and the eventful journey.
The eventful journey. All right, I think this way, guys. And I'm just gonna
I'll drag Kruger the other way towards the notice board immediately.
Yep.
This way first.
Okay.
I'll bring the horses with us.
Okay.
Oh yeah, true.
I figured I would be on my horse too.
Yep. It's up to you guys.
Notice
If you-
Are you
board.
still on your
Notice
horse?
board it is, I'm assuming.
Sure.
Okay.
So you guys head down the main street of Dount, and you can see that a lot of the this is a big city. It's the biggest city that you guys have been in altogether since you since your journey from Omerum onwards. So for some of you who are maybe not used to a bustling city or town like Dount, this is quite a confronting experience because there's people literally everywhere. There's specialized shops for the weirdest things. There's bookstores, but there's also a place that just makes quills, and they kind of all line this main thoroughfare, and you can see people going in and out in between, like farmers who are kind of calling to one another and passing kind of passing by, tipping their hats to one another, kind of greetings, being thrown everywhere. But as you make your way down, you can see that the smell of spiced meats kind of hits you from in between these alleyways that have kind of been set up like makeshift kitchens for street food, with awnings that are kind of suspended in between two buildings. These high kind of 3-story terrace buildings with slanting awnings, and there's kind of 2 grill setups to a side. Each of them make different things. One facing one way to catch the people in the next street, and one to catch the patrons in the main street.
Smart.
Yeah, they're clever here in Dount.
They got that marketing down.
Are you guys kind of
Is one of those shops a donut shop?
roll a perception check? Actually, roll an investigation check for me.
Can I
please.
give him advantage? I'll be sniffing it out. I
Sure.
think it might be.
Yep.
No, 5 and a 2.
5 and a 2.
The
You're
meat.
so distracted by these slabs of raw meat that are being kind of slapped onto
I
grills,
tried.
and the hiss of the shh as they kind of begin to press them down and get them to kind of reach a nice barbecue consistency.
I'm
Maylin
nonetheless
is not
enticed. I'm
impressed.
nonetheless enticed by the meat.
Maylin is not impressed so far.
We really need to explain hunting and all that to Maylin so he doesn't get
Maybe.
angry every time. Animal.
I begin to do like the cartoon, like being followed by the the scent. Like start levitating through the air, and someone I don't know has to pull me back. So
I break like
reset.
Kruger on one arm, Stillwood in the other. I'm just lifting him off the ground, basically. I'm just on a horse carrying 2 children.
Right, so
I don't resist.
as you eventually get to this, it kind of looks a bit like a plaza. At the very end, it's where the street kind of, they're already quite wide to fit draft horses pulling like pallets behind them, and kind of everybody going in every which way. But as it opens up into this almost courtyard plaza area, with the massive kind of building that's pressed up against the rock awning, the board itself is angled to catch the eye of the people who come through the main street. And as you get closer, you can see that there are moving figures and kind of enchanted patterns and objects on these actual flyers that are kind of tacked with rusted nails and kind of more that polished nails, and kind of into this almost cork wooden board in different places, very much been cobbled together. But as you approach the board, you can see that there are various sale notices for small goods and property within the Down area. They kind of have like, some of them are clearly better made or well put together than others. Some of them are just like hastily scrawled in whatever ink they could find. Clearly not as legible as others. Some are selling like very specific goods. You can see signs for farriers. There is also a lot of different job positions that are being advertised. So there's apprentice woodworking positions, farmhand notices, and they give you directions to who to speak to and who to contact. You can see that there is also a deployment notice to the Soltaran borderlands by the arbiters of the region for all conscripted Worldlock battalion. Interestingly enough, you can also see the symbol of the Legion kind of flashing with that kind of astral background, and this deep purple that appears to be a propaganda poster for the Legion, enticing people to kind of sign up for jobs. But you do notice that there's one that's kind of intact right into the centre over another flyer. In kind of big bold letters. It's by far the biggest notice that is on this board itself. It's very plain, so there's no kind of there's no moving patterns or anything. There's no objects or figures that kind of cheesily wink at you and give you a thumbs up to kind of entice you to buy some of these particular wares. And you can see it says help wanted for recent missing persons. All interested parties must be armed and capable with experience in combat or hunting. Reward of 350 gold with potential for negotiation. See Arbiter Damaris Flores for more information.
Hey, I like money.
I like helping people.
Do we wanna save some kids right now?
Let's not get distracted from what originally brought us here to Dount.
I'm also very interested in the World Lock Battalion notice that's up there.
Sure.
Can I read into that, whatever is going on about that?
Sure. It's a basic deployment notice. It looks aged, so it looks as if there's been kind of water droplets that have been splashed onto it, maybe from a recent rainfall. It's kind of ripped in some places and fading in others. It, like the help wanted sign, is very plain, but it is almost in a more kind of flourished script. So it basically just says that all capable men and women of a particular age, so the age bracket is 18 to 25, that haven't been conscripted already are to be, and who are interested, are to be sent to Damaris Flores to discuss conscription or enlisting in the World Lock Battalion.
To specifically fight against the dragon?
There's no mention of a dragon.
Is
It
there
just says that
any?
there's a
Is there
disturbance in the Soltaran borderlands? and
is
that
there
they're backing
anything
people
else
up.
on the notice board about the recent events?
Roll an investigation check for me, please.
What was the name of the arbiter again?
Damaris Flores, so Damaris.
That'll be a 10.
A 10. You don't see any mention of a dragon or anything. It seems like that is the only beckoning for anybody to head to the Soltaran borderlands. It does say that all who are already involved as a part of the World Lock Battalion are to be sent immediately, whilst others that are interested in enlisting will see. Yeah.
Nearly got it right. I said I.
You were going to say something before I interrupted.
Yes. A9.
Yes. Let's not forget what originally brought us to Dount. The note on the wall that described Dount as the place that supplied the holy breath poison.
Mm.
I mean, it could be good to talk to this arbiter about
Who
that.
has the highest investigation?
But yeah, it could be good to talk to the arbiter about that, but it also could be good to do with the missing person thing to get a lay of the land, per se. If
Lay
we
of the
don't
land.
know where poison is, we need to look.
And also some money, seeing as we almost lost all of it.
I mean, I think saving, kids and making sure they don't get tortured or
I
worst
think
case,
they're
get
more
it
than
is a
kids.
great way
I think
of-
it's just kidnapping.
I think it's a great way of increasing our reputation as an adventuring party, at least.
Okay, I was also thinking that, but I didn't want that to be the top priority because
I think that
seems a
is
bit
the top
selfish.
priority. I don't give a shit about these random kids.
Do not say that out loud.
Oh,
Why would people take kids?
Also, I don't think they're children specifically. I think it's just more of
They're-
abductions.
there are bad people in the world. I don't know if you know this. Like, some people are really not good or cool.
Oh.
I hear that some people flick pennies at old mans to try to
Yeah,
get them to lose their
some
hat.
some people do that. Some people do that. Totally not me, but some people do that. I've seen it happen before.
Who would do such a thing?
Not
I've
me.
seen
I
it.
I know. It's crazy. I'd never do that.
Glowing
No
cleric
way.
haze activate. I'm sorry, what?
I totally never.
What?
Insight check.
You said that there was a notice underneath the flyer. Can I or can someone lift me up?
I'll just grab the entire notice.
Okay, so you pull the top notice off.
The
yeah.
whole thing.
Sure. So it kind of rips a little bit under this nail that's kind of been hammered into this wooden section of the board. Underneath it, you see that there is very clearly a very kind of crudely drawn image of a cat. The letters
No.
have kind of faded now,
No.
so you're not sure what it just
Cat
looks
dead.
like. It looks like a child has drawn this image of a cat.
The cat is
Aw.
dead. The cat is dead.
It's kind of got the big.
Does it say
Whiskers.
missing?
It does say missing, but
We gotta
anything
find the
else is
cat.
kind of been, you can see that the bottom part has actually been ripped off, so it's kind of faded.
Mm.
I take the rest of it and I burn it.
In the middle of the street.
No, can I sleight of hand to try and burn it so
sure,
no one
roll a
sees?
sleight of hand check
Is
for
that
me,
a picture
please.
of a cat?
I try and do it before
Yes.
Malin sees it as well.
Nah.
Can I see if I notice?
That would be your passive perception.
Versus.
Thank
Can I see if I notice?
Hang on. everyone.
13.
A 13. What's your passive perception?
It'd be like high 15.
Oh
so
my
Malin
god.
notices.
I do not.
I do not.
Sure. So
Damn.
Malin
What was
notices
that?
you pulling the.
What was what?
That looked like a picture of a cat.
Oh, it was just a piece of paper. It was nothing.
Can I see it?
I don't have it anymore. It's gone. I hold a pile of ash in my hands and kind of like sprinkle it in a Malin's hand.
Why would you do this? What was
Look,
that you didn't want me to see?
nothing. I just thought we shouldn't get distracted. That's all.
It could be another barrel situation.
Barrel? I wasn't there for Barrel. You guys have been talking about Barrel, but it
You-
sounds like a
you
bad
missed
time.
It was a great tortoise.
It was a random tortoise we found in a tent. That some poor child had lost.
Wow, way to.
That was how
I-
we all
look,
got together.
I read it before I burned it. It was just a picture of a cat drawn by a child that said missing on it.
Missing! There it is! We gotta find it!
I think it was quite old. It was
It looked old, and I only burned it because I knew you were gonna say that, and I was like,
Well, how am I meant to look out for the cat now?
It's probably been found if it's already that old.
it was behind.
with
it was
the barrel-
behind the other notice.
Exactly. With the barrel notice, that was quite new.
That kid is probably sad.
And the cat's probably dead.
Jesus.
Can I just immediately muzzled Delvin's mouth and just like, the cat is fine.
The cat's dead?
I mean, I don't know. If the note was that old and hidden behind another note.
I feel like Malin just spends like 80% of her time crying.
Yes.
Everybody's just traumatized her.
I miss living in the forest.
I'm going to say whenever I have free time, I'm going to try and explain to Maylin the concept of hunting and how things go missing and try to explain the natural way of the world.
What's is
I'm
happening?
gonna cry the whole time.
Malin would know about death. Like you've seen.
Yeah,
a
I
lot
know
about
what
the
death
forest.
is.
Now,
But,
like,
like,
after
hunting-
hanging
not
out with
people.
us.
And from where you're from, on the like, it's close by settlements, so I think you would know about hunting. I don't think you'd have a high. opinion of
I
hunters,
wasn't grown
but
up around hunting.
Vegan life.
I'm saying that you're near settlements though, so you might have come across it.
What do you mean?
Well, naturally, when you're near a settlement and people need food,
They
would go
kill
into a nearby
animals
thicket
generally.
to hunt. So
Yeah, it's
I'd say that
crazy.
you probably would have seen hunters. You might not have seen the actual action of hunting,
Uh,
but you might not know what it's called. But you probably have seen people with like rifles and things like that. You know.
Right, there's guns in this world?
Yes.
I took from the
Yeah.
start that I'd never really
Don't
seen
give
any
Dilbert a
videos
gun.
before.
No, Dilbert wouldn't use a gun. Dilbert's classy.
Abelard would use a gun.
Abelard would use a gun.
Pull it out.
Dilbert can breathe fire. He doesn't need a gun.
I am the gun.
Yeah, there's so much you guys don't know.
Anyway,
Yeah, no,
I would know
what
about
time,
guns.
like, what relative time frame are we set in here?
This is fantasy.
It's
so, I
fantasy,
mean,
but you
N-
can still
there
have-
isn't one
there's no electricity.
Okay,
but
okay, I was about to
there
ask that.
are ways of like there's
around it.
This is out of you guys don't know this, so
Mm.
you can't use this metagame or anything. But there is steam power, and they use hydropower as well in certain parts
Oh.
of Wyladium.
Yeah.
And early firearms have been developed. So there's hand cannons and like flintlocks, but it's not like you're not going to get a sci-fi laser blaster or anything.
What a shame.
I pull out my Death Star.
The Death Star.
I pull out my lightsaber.
Kruger
Yeah.
would know maybe a little bit about guns, potentially.
I would say so. Your region, you would have encountered at least a little bit. Same with June, actually, as particularly June would know about guns and things like that from where they're from. Lots of technological advancements.
Would
over
they be a
over
bit
there?
after my time?
I would say so. Yeah, they're relatively recent development. I'd say probably within the last 20 or so years.
They made
So-
fucking robots.
I would like to. I
I did that for a
still
very specific reason.
I still have the drawing of the dragon that Tune
You just
made
take it
for
out
me.
every night.
I take it out and write in big words "missing" on it and hand them the drawing.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, that's kind of funny.
and just like kind of be like, I'm sorry, I burned the picture and then yeah.
You're handing it back to me.
I look for a dragon now?
Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm looking for. So now we have a shared goal, and we can bond over it. You know.
I'll help you look for a dragon.
Thank you, thank you. I'm
Anyway.
pretty sure one died recently, but
Abelard, which
that's
way?
beside.
Which
We're
way
still
to
gonna
see
look
the?
for other dragons. Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So, yeah. We both start crying.
You were gonna say something? Sorry?
Oh yeah. Anyway, maybe we should go talk to this arbiter.
Yeah, which way to that? That
Yeah.
sounds like a good idea.
Which
I
way to
agree.
the arbiter?
So you natural intuition would say that this massive building that's kind of pressed up against the rock wall is almost like a town hall. Is probably where the arbiter would be. You can see that there's actually a line out of the door, and there's kind of a it looks like a clerk with kind of almost a Victorian-esque outfit, kind of puffy, billowy sleeves and kind of stripes running down them. Appears to be holding a piece of parchment and kind of scribbling on it. Large, long quill, like a pheasant's feather, writing down on this parchment, kind of scratching away, and going up, up and down the line, and seems to be talking to the people who are kind of queued up outside the door. It looks like it's a long line.
I guess we have to queue up.
But we could be waiting for ages.
What if someone finds the kids before us, and then we don't get the reward at all?
Well, that's good
How
because
about
that
we
means
have this conversation in the line?
Well, yeah, no, I would assume we're already in the line, aren't we?
I'll just start
Is that-
hurting people in the line.
So you kind of join up in. It's mostly single file or kind of the people standing next to each other. So all of you guys kind of clustered at the end, kind of talking amongst one another. Definitely draws attention from the clerk, who kind of fixes their almost a beret hat. It's kind of like a little bit slouchy and kind of has a long pheasant feather to mimic the quill that they've been using. Kind of heads towards you all. Yes. How can I help you? Do you have an appointment?
Hey, we want to talk to the arbiter about this. We are combat trained and ready to go.
You and everyone else in this line. What was your names? You don't have an appointment, I'm assuming.
can we make it?
one?
Can we make an appointment now? Like, what's the process?
Well, appointments have actually been booked for about a week now. It's a 3-hour wait for those who don't have some.
Can I telepathically talk to the entire queue and just project, you wish to leave? Just in their minds.
Oh my god.
That's not very Abelard.
Hey, look.
Is that the
Yeah.
consequences?
You're not casting command on
No, it's just like, it's just in their head.
Roll a persuasion check for
What's the
These people
general
are gonna freak
level
the
of
fuck out.
You're gonna have to see.
I don't know what's gonna happen.
Do you have
That's an 11 total.
Do you have to do it separate to every single person? How many people are in the line?
That'll be way too many rolls.
Let's not.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you say specifically?
I
to
just say
them?
you wish to leave, and I don't make any sign that it's me or anything. So I just say that in their minds.
In this line, you can see that a couple of people are kind of immediately whipping their heads around and kind of whispering to one another. And the people that are kind of in pairs in this line are kind of immediately look frightened and kind of. You can see that there's an older woman, looks frail, kind of on her last legs, who's kind of
Why
like
is she in the line?
who's kind of hunched over with a walking stick, kind of looks over, and kind of has a really gummy smile. There's absolutely no teeth. Kind of just smiles over at, looks back at you and kind of smiles over, and then just stands in the line. You do see that there are a couple of people at the start of the line who flee, probably about 5. As you get towards them, immediately kind of run away screaming. You can see that sweater kind of
Why are they screaming? I didn't know it was me.
they're hearing voices. Would you not run away screaming?
Oh wait, never mind.
And
Can I-
also,
can I-
if they're criminals and they suddenly start hearing voices, they're like, it's like sending a message to someone saying, "Flee at once, we've been discovered."
Yeah, it's not like it right hell by screaming. You can see some of them just look, they're just kind of startled like that. That's their kind of heading off. But you get 5 spaces forward in the line. There's still about 6 6 or 7 people.
Is there any people that look like assholes? Like, by Dilbert's judge, is there anyone that looks like an asshole?
Can I make an asshole check?
Do I have the sleep
That
spell?
sounded really dirty, didn't it?
18
18?
on inside for asshole check.
With an 18, you can see that there are some who are kind of more. I mean, there's different kind of assholes in this line. There's some that look like they just don't give a shit about.
I don't want to try and scare the granny. That's the only person I'm like.
The granny's kind of just jumping forward and kind of just swaying on her feet.
Is there anyone aside from the granny that looks like an asshole?
The granny does not look like an arsehole. She
Great,
just looks
great.
very old. But you can see that there are some that look more capable than others. Kind of, there's a broad-shouldered dwarven figure that's kind of 3 people ahead of you. Large scar kind of running actually down through their nose. Kind of has an axe strung across their back. Crossed arms, looks like a little bit of an arsehole to you. You can see that there are very kind of posh and snooty humans that are kind of dressed in silk doublets and kind of one of them has a mantle thrown over their shoulders and kind of just standing there, looking down their nose at the farmers and workers who are clearly in this line, who kind of dominate this line.
Wait, how many? I thought you said there was only 6 people left in the line.
In front of us.
Well, I'm just talking collectively. The line is long. You can see that there are 6 people ahead of you, but you're out of the door at the moment.
Could be more
The
people
5
inside.
people who left look majority farming folk, and everybody else who's left in line.
Well, okay. Originally, until you described that person, I was gonna try and intimidate them because I have draconic presence. So I could re-roll if I fail.
You can try.
But I'm now scared of him because he has a big axe.
Can I talk to this clerk guy? So he said that where there's like a long queue. Can I ask if we get any? Excuse me, Mr. Clerk.
Yes.
So also we have some other news from one of the towns down the way, which was a Helior.
Mm-hmm.
They've got there's a plant plague affecting their wheat, and they wished for the Legion to show up there.
Oh, did you take a sample?
And
Yes,
do
I did.
you have any?
We show the bit.
I have a
of-
jar. Of it.
Yes, because we took a little bit with us.
Lovely. Thank you for showing me your slime.
Oh,
I appreciate it.
that's the
It's-
infected wheat.
It's killing the forests.
Not exactly my area of expertise. I'm just the clerk.
Yes, but we need to talk to the Legion quite urgently about that. Also,
It's a big
well,
problem. The
do-
spirit sent me.
Great.
Oh, you're crazy.
Well, do you know anybody in the Legion that I might be able to contact to give you a reference?
Rosita-san in Almerum, and then there was, who was the other one?
Ms. Sulcia, whatever.
So it's
Hang on,
Sulcia,
it's been a while.
What was her name again?
We would know. I just
Zola?
Zola.
It's Zola. Yes,
Yes,
good
Rich
memory.
Zola. Yes, her as well.
You watch as the clerk goes a bit wide-eyed. You know Zola Florine?
Yes, she paid us for the last job we did in Almerum. We killed some oozes. She gave me this breastplate. It's a bit bagged up, but it's doing the job.
A roll of persuasion check for me, please, with advantage.
Hell yeah.
What's the end goal of this conversation?
To try skip the queue.
Try and skip the queue.
17.
Kind of, you can see that the clerk's face goes kind of white as a sheet, wide eyes, kind of looks at you all. Right, well, I'll be right back. I will go and contact Miss Florine, and kind of heads off into the back into the building. And I'd say it's probably about 5 or 10 minutes, and immediately the clerk kind of hurries back over to you, fixing their kind of puffy sleeves and kind of
Good job.
making sure their badge is kind of that's affixed to their left part of their cloak, and kind of comes back over. Yes. The arbiter will see you now, and kind of goes back to the line. Just right ahead, up the big stairs, and then to the right. You won't miss the door.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Pleasure. And kind
Abelard,
of
nice.
Yes, I know this military stuff. I was in one.
Get donuts after this.
We'll get them after.
Yes,
Yeah,
later.
yeah.
All right, head up.
okay. As you guys pass the line, you can see that the two kind of snobby-looking individuals kind of turn their heads towards you and look down their nose and kind of mutter to one another. Does anybody have a passive perception over 15? Sorry, or 15 exactly.
Can I growl at them?
Meg
Just-
is
just to
you
be-
don't notice.
Exactly 15.
no,
for
Meg's
passive?
is exactly 15.
Right. So Malin, you hear them kind of saying,
Oh, they sound like assholes too. Can I make the most scary face that I can and just kind of like growl at them, like
Sure.
like a dog? That's it. That's all I do.
okay.
I'm not trying to intimidate them. I just like want to look like as menacing as possible.
They look at you like you're some sort of like rabbit animal.
Cool. They're perfect. Do they kind of like want to leave after that?
Roll a persuasion check with disadvantage for me, please.
Intimidation.
Oh yes, intimidation. Sorry.
Intimidation. I have draconic presence. Do I just does that
Is
count?
it just a straight roll then?
It-
Or what is
Draconic presence means if I fail, I get to re-roll. But it says the wording that it uses is if you fail an intimidation check, you can use your reaction to re-roll. Once this feature turns a failure into a success, you can't use it again until a long rest.
That's good.
Yeah, sure. You can do that.
Does that mean I
You can't.
roll twice with
I will
disadvantage?
say to intimidate them, I'll be generous here. I'd say you need to roll a 12 or higher.
With disadvantage.
Yes.
But I can do it twice with
Yep.
disadvantage. Okay. This is gonna be not that one. I failed, so I'm gonna use it. No way!
Oh, fuck me.
What is it?
I got a nat 20 and a nat 1.
Oh. Hey man.
So yeah, they kind of look at you.
That means the first one. Oh no, I can't. That doesn't work like
They
that.
kind of fix their shirts, kind of look down their nose at you. One of them scoffs and kind of turns their head forward. They're not even. They're probably 2 from the start of the actual line. So
Anyway.
they kind of
I
walk
tried.
As you enter, it almost looks like a hunting lodge, like a ski lodge almost, in that classic kind of way that there's the crazy paving on a large fireplace that's kind of tucked into one of the rooms. It's almost a large foyer with open doorways to the left and to the right. You can see inside there's kind of large leather chairs and couches that are kind of set up. As you head into this actual foyer area, there's a massive staircase that's almost classic in the way that it kind of spills down onto the rough cobblestone of the actual foyer itself. The banners are intricate carvings of what appears to be flowers and vines, leaves that kind of span up in almost a fretwork pattern of the actual banisters itself. And it's relatively easy to see that the top floor is very much in the same sort of pattern, though it almost seems unusually large, like it extends backwards into the rock face. As you guys head up, you can see that the door to the right-hand side is ajar a little bit. It's kind of an intricately carved door with a gavel on it, and a sword that are kind of crossed, and bear the words of Arbiter Damaris Flores. It's left ajar for you guys to open.
I'll politely knock.
Come in.
I'll open the door. Hello?
Give me a second.
Need to hydrate for my voice.
Yes, I need to hydrate my voice. I'm losing my voice at the moment. Sorry, everyone. Yes, so you are the visitors from Miss Florine. The Soulseer. She has recommended that you are fit for this job. Tell me about yourselves. My name is Arbiter Damaris Flores. How may I help you?
Well, we first off get the sitting up. Okay, we came from Helior a week ago, and they have some bad wheat that looks infected and dying. So I'm not sure if you can help necessarily, but we just wanted to make it you aware of it
It's
in
happening
case.
to all the forests.
It's
and
magical in nature.
plants.
Yeah, that. And it could be bad, and we just wanted to make sure that it's not spreading here, and you just.
Okay, so some kind of blight, I assume?
Yeah, but like really bad and evil looking kind.
Right, well, it extends a little bit farther than my, perhaps, expertise. But I will definitely speak to the Legion, and I will see what I can do, and hopefully we can sort something out. So you said it was
Thank
in
you.
Helior, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Very well, and kind of jot something down without even looking kind of next to this. The actual room itself is in the style of this. It's in this kind of cross between a ski lodge and a hunting lodge. You can see that there's what looks to be a large. It's not a taxidermy head of an elk. It's a wood carving of an elk's head that's kind of segmented and kind of sways. Almost looks enchanted as it kind of looks around the room. It's kind of mounted to the wall behind. To the right hand side, you can see that there's a large window that shows the entirety of Dount. Almost kind of looks down onto the plaza and lets light in that kind of spills into the room. It's almost dappled as it goes through this window, although you can't see any obstruction. So there's no trees or anything that are making it dappled. It just kind of spills that way across the floor. There's a large kind of plush rug in front of you, and you can see that there's leather couches and seats, some that are set up directly in front of this kind of large dark oak desk, with the same kind of intricate carvings that you'd seen on the fretwork of the banister, with the vines that crawl up and kind of span almost kind of in an arch on top of the front of this desk that kind of intersect, and you can see that on this desk itself the vines and the leaves are kind of moving around each other, almost animated, but very slowly as they're growing.
Cool.
And intertwining with one another.
I would like to twiddle my toes in between this nice fine rug, just like.
Anyway.
It's a very, very well made. This is clearly a kind of a very expensive, well put together room and person in. Florence is a human individual, you assume. Kind of dark hair, kind of a little bit wavy, not necessarily curly, but kind of spans down to the shoulders. Is slicked back, though it doesn't look greasy or anything. Looks very kind of in a silk kind of dark gold shirt. Looks very well. Very well put together, just like nothing is out of place. Everything kind of has a space on the desk. Large, thick golden rings and bands, kind of several different bracelets span up on their left arm that are visible to you now. Sleeves are rolled up, obviously. But yeah, kind of looks out towards you all, jots down something with a large kind of peacock feather as a quill. You can see that the actual feather itself seems to shine with that same sort of iridescent shimmer that you've seen before on some enchanted items and things like that. Very well. So I take it this is the meaning of your visit?
Not the only one, no.
There's a few, I think, actually.
Yes, what was the other one? We had the letters, and then this job about the abductions as well. That piqued our interest.
You are interested in the abduction?
Yeah, well, we're a newer band of adventurers, and we will try to make, Wyladium a better place and try to keep it safe, so if we can help rescue some people, that would be preferred.
Very well. Okay, so what would you like to know? Is there anything you would like to share with me before we start, or are there any questions that you have for me about these abductions or anything similar?
When was the first disappearance, and how many have been taken? And is it is it children? Is it adults? Is it a mix? Is there a pattern?
Well, that is more than one question.
Sorry.
Yeah, I am the enthusiast. Well, as for the first question, I would say it would be about a month ago that we sadly lost one of our own to a mysterious disturbance. They are now about 6 people have been taken, but interestingly, they are always how do you say? They are usually physically fit. They are young men between the ages of, I think the youngest was 16 and the oldest perhaps 25.
Can I do some kind of check to see what you might, why you would abduct like this age bracket in particular, like from a magic perspective? Like, well, even from like a medicinal perspective of like what advantage would it offer kidnapping this age bracket specifically?
A common sense check.
Stem
He's
cells.
just a serial killer.
Oh, what's your
+0.
+0? Okay, so from your experience with medicine, these are kind of prime age for actually roll it, you can roll, but these are kind of prime age for young men in the area. Most of them are already involved in some farm work if they're not studying. Perhaps
One.
Oh, that's right.
having not been from this plane for very long,
Yeah.
it's hard to say the actual practice of what this particular age bracket might be used for historically.
Mm.
If there are any kind of abductions similarly, you're not too sure. You are a bit distracted by the fact that one of the frames of like what looks to be a degree or a letter of recommendation or something similar is just ever so slightly crooked. It's
Yep.
really throwing you off. But yeah, you would say from a medical point of view, they generally tend to be very physically fit, active, already involved in perhaps farm work or at least making careers for themselves or starting to get involved in things like the military. They kind of are beginning to become their own person.
Was it a particular kind of people that were taken? More human? More?
Uh,
Halflings aren't humans, are they? Technically.
Yeah, different race.
Yeah. Sorry.
to my knowledge, I think there is no specific racial motivation. However, I do not think that everyone agrees in this town. We have had specific tensions ever since we settled here in Dount. And I believe that some of our residents have become a little bit worried about other denizens of the town, believing they might be involved, which is obviously not good for me, hence my help wanted sign. It is a bit too much to manage. I am sure you have seen the massive line that I deal with on the daily for about a month now. So
About a
God.
month.
yes, it is an arduous journey. I wake up at 6 and I am in the office, and then I am here until 1 in the morning.
That sounds like my dad.
Yes, it is a hard life, but it is okay because I believe that I am making them a better place. So
And
it is what matters.
I mean, you get to sit down all day. I mean, that's pretty good.
I mean,
And
no.
it squints at you.
I'll like put my hand on Dobit's shoulder. This one is still learning things.
From first
Well, I would not advise going around saying that to too many people in my position. They might not take kindly to it. We do not exactly sit down all day, though I will say most of my days have been listening to complaints. So yes, I have been sitting down, but I
Well, that
do
kinda sucks.
take house calls, how you say.
Hmm.
So from time to time I am sorting out.
Is that what that granny's here for? Out the front? Like, you
I
know
cannot
that,
say
you know
that
her.
I have. I cannot say that I have seen anyone in the line at the moment, but I have had a visitor every day for a month who is worried about her Apple Watch, and she is elderly, so perhaps it might be her.
What's her name?
What is her name? She actually has never told me, so she just comes in, she complains and says that her Arkanoid that is employed to pick the produce that she has in the orchard are malfunctioning, I suppose.
Friend.
She does not speak a whole lot of comments, so
Ah,
it is a
Okay.
difficult, I suppose, task to mediate.
While I've got their attention, I know you pushed me away, but I would like to ask them. Do you know anything about the Wellblock battalion that's been around this area recently?
I know many things about the Warlock
Uh,
Battalion. I
do you
am in
know-
charge of them to some degree.
You're the boss.
I am the boss of many things. That is my job as an army.
Oh, great. Then the person I needed to see. Why are you enlisting people to fight?
I think that is fairly self-explanatory because there is a threat in the Soltaran borderlands. So
Okay, but
we have been enlisting people for many years now to try and combat the, I suppose, creatures, beasts that have been creeping down from the Dawnvale into the Soltaran borderlands.
why specifically now? It seems like there's a bit more of an effort more recently.
You ask many questions.
It's an area of particular interest to me.
I can see, but I am afraid some things must remain confidential, I suppose, because I cannot be giving out my secrets to just anyone. You have not proven yourself to me, and I do not trust you.
how about if we finish this job, you can ask more questions.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's a problem for later. Where should we start our investigation into the abductions? Is there a suggested location?
Well, most of the concentration of these abductions have happened at sunset, or people have noticed in the morning that their missing person has been lost overnight. So we have reports of some of them being taken at sunset, and usually around the western fields, but sometimes also at the Krimold. So perhaps
The Crimwell?
Krimold. C-R-I-M-M-A-U-L-T.
Crimwell.
It is a cave system that we use to find the natural material. Here it takes you to just the outskirts of Ranalon, but it has been overtaken recently. So collapsed mine shafts mean that we cannot use it at the moment. We are steadily cleaning and kind of making our way back to have a trade route.
It sounds super dangerous.
Yes, now you see why most of my complaints have been this way for a month.
What has
It
it been? What has the cave system been overtaken by?
Well, we don't exactly know. There was some sort of explosion. We assume it came from Ranalorn, but we are not sure at the moment. It
Is this recent? Like, how?
yes, it
how
happened
recent?
about 2 weeks ago. We are still attempting to make contact with. We believe there might be some individuals who are trapped, perhaps, in the Dawnvale. It is not exactly an unsafe job usually, but the people are accustomed to some sort of danger that comes along with traversing this tunnel system.
And when was the most recent abduction?
The most recent abduction, probably I would say about a week ago now. They have been relatively consistent. So
Whereabouts were they last seen? Is there anyone we can get in contact with?
Well, I believe if you talk to Grefos, perhaps, he runs a jeweler's store. Grefos' Trinkets. He has been quite vocal about how his apprentice that he has recently hired about a week before the abduction itself has been taken, and a word of caution does not exactly distrusts gnomish people and assumes that some of our citizens might be behind it for historical or prejudiced reasons, perhaps.
One last thing. The Sulcia sent us here investigating the trade of holy breath in Dount. Is this something you're familiar with?
Roll an insight check. You watch as Damaris's face kind of slackens.
Natural 1. A total of 3.
Can we all make insight checks as we're all sort of looking at it?
Just A9.
Crooked
What about
painting again.
passive insight? What does that not?
The passive insight is
Not in this situation.
no.
Okay.
I will say no, not in
Yeah.
this situation, but usually if you have a question like that, you're more than welcome to ask based on passive insight. But you watch as kind of face slackens into an unreadable expression, very blank, looks at you for a second. Is this something that you yourself are familiar with, perhaps, or?
We had an issue back in...
Marum.
Yes, I'm just remembering the pronunciation. Omerum, where... Actually, out of character for a second. Holy Breath was that the poison used in the glass dart? Or is it unrelated to...
I don't think you guys know specifically. I think it
I-
was
I
just
think-
in
wasn't
the
that
note
the-
that you found.
Wasn't that the general idea? Wasn't that? I thought that was the kind of
I guess we're not
consensus we
100%
came
sure.
to.
Well, we found correspondence between a well-known smuggler in Omerum, asking his contact known as Hawk for a delivery of holy breath from Dount.
You watch as Damaris squints at you for a second. I see you are further along in your investigation than I expected. I, as someone who very much trusts the Sulcir, I will give you the benefit of the doubt here. I have been chasing this illegal trade to attempt to find who it is that has been brewing it. I believe it has been made in Dount for about 6 months at this point. I am very well aware that there are correspondences between this 8 and Hawk, but I have never been able to catch them or their supplier.
We believe that Octavius, we found his head.
Wait, I think he might be dead.
Ace, or we assume is Octavius, is now deceased, but
This Octavius person is who?
a smuggler from Omerum.
Very well.
But we do know, at least contained in this note, the buyer of this holy breath was apparently from everywhere, a group known as Everywhere.
Yes, I believe you're not looking for a group. I believe you are looking for a person. Everywhere.
A single
That is
person.
a code name for an individual who operates out of Ranalorn that I have been working with the authorities there, the Arbiter, to ascertain exactly how we might dismantle a criminal syndicate. And you watch as the door behind you flicks shut and kind of closes, and all of the sound that you might have been able to hear from down below seems to almost leave in a vacuum out of the room. I believe this conversation perhaps might be better in private. Everywhere is a brutal gang kingpin, I suppose you can say, and we have been chasing them for quite some time.
Well, this is as far as
Okay.
we've reached in our investigation.
Well, I will do what I can to help you. I am not actually usually stationed out of Dount. I personally usually work in Chronicle. But when there was an incident between Everywhere and the last, I suppose you could say, arbiter, who has now, well, let's just say they have been disposed of, has been replaced by me. I suppose running into feelings between Dount and Chronolon to try and discover exactly who Everywhere might be and what their plan is for the future. But the reason they are called Everywhere is because they have eyes and ears everywhere. And I have not been able to exactly find the, I suppose, the source of this kingpin in particular. So,
I guess, I mean, maybe the disappearances. Could I do a check on Holy Breath as poison and see what the ingredients would be?
I think we already did some. We all kind of rolled for it a while ago.
Yeah.
I don't think we got anything out of it. There's no real way to really know, I don't think.
roll a history check if you like. I've already done that a little
Okay.
while ago. Did anybody take notes on Holy Breath?
I didn't. I don't remember rolling. I have a +4 for medicine.
I'm a +7,
Um,
+5, I think.
My notes
Yeah.
But
say.
just randomly has a +4 to medicine.
Yeah, I
I
know.
did not realize that.
The hell?
I love that.
Well, I mean, look, I don't know. I don't know. It's logical in my head. He probably learnt it while he was at the monastery.
My
And
notes
taught a
say-
multitude of poisons and healing balms.
My notes say holy breath, and the only information underneath it is the word poison. So I assume I rolled very poorly.
That's what my notes say too. Yeah.
Then that's all we would have
Okay, well,
gathered then.
you can roll a
Oh, you've got a higher medicine than me, don't
Yes.
you?
you can roll a history check.
Cool.
To see if you know anything about.
My history's terrible.
I got +2.
Holy
Alright, I'll roll so I know. 10 total, so not much.
10 total. From what you've heard, Holy Breath it's a nasty poison. It blackens veins, and causes blood vessels to burst and
God.
kind of this black. It turns the blood black essentially. It completely deoxygenates it. Deoxygenates it? I don't know.
With,
the name.
Close enough.
with the high medicine that I do have, would I know if it gives the user a good high before they die?
Fuck's sake.
How would you...
I'm gonna say, sure. Roll a medicine check. This is a very high DC.
See how buzzed you
like
get when you
Because-
DC 25.
This is an obscure question.
19. I'll assume if you're like suffocating,
I don't think
oxygenating yourself.
poison that it is very excruciating. So
Okay,
no,
so
I don't
no.
think they get a high. They have blood that spills out of their
Oh,
orifices,
gross,
so it's
okay,
not
great.
it's not exactly a poison, so I wouldn't say they get a high from it. But that's as much as you get with a
Yeah.
a
I didn't
19.
expect anything out of that.
Is there anything else you could tell us about this poison?
About the holy breath, to the best of my knowledge, it is brewed in the Isle of Tears. There is some specific root that is used, but I must confess that poison is not exactly my area of expertise. I very much am more of the, well, let's just say I prefer espionage. That is my preferred mode of transport.
If we were to shut down this brewing operation here, it might draw everywhere to come out a bit. Give it a second, make him expose him just for a bit.
Perhaps, I believe this is quite a lucrative trade. It is generally used, to my knowledge, for the, how do I say this, for regicide, perhaps? It has been historically used to take out political figures that the people disagree with.
Yeah, King Joffrey, Game of Thrones. Is that the kind of vibe that we're looking at for the poison?
Kind of, yeah. I would say so.
I can see that.
Okay, so
It's not exactly the same. You don't like
Is
It's
it-
not.
oh no, I suppose that's a bit of a. Is it late acting?
You don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
And I'd also like to do just an insight check on this person for their motives.
Sure, roll an insight check.
An 8. And
An 8. Damaris Flores is a very enigmatic individual. They
I don't get any good or
seem-
bad kind of vibes.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
They seem as if they're giving you genuine information at this point in time. It's hard to ascertain their direct feelings on it, but they seem as if they're at least trying to help you, and that they're concerned about making Dount and run along.
So they do care about the town.
It seems like
Okay.
it, yeah. You can assume, given how many hours they've allegedly put into listening to people's complaints and how forthcoming they've been with you so far with information and willing to listen to you and discuss things that are normally, you would assume, confidential or kept close to the chest because of your recommendation from Zola. You assume that they at least care and are attempting to try and make this into a better
So
space.
no like malicious intent so far.
You don't, with an 8, it's,
Yeah.
you don't
Yeah.
get
Okay.
anything
Okay. Cool.
at the moment.
Xander.
Yes?
When you were talking about everywhere, there's a. You said he. Do we know?
No.
Okay. No, I was just wondering. That's all.
Thank you. Okay.
So we have a lead, don't we?
Well,
The jeweler?
you have the jeweler, yeah.
And we have the tunnels that we could potentially check. The granny. We got to check out the granny
I don't think we do.
later.
I
But I would keep note. I've kept note of it.
So, is there any more questions that you have for me?
I think that just about does it. Thank you so much for your time, Arbiter.
Of course. If you have any more questions about everywhere or about this holy breath poison, well, you know where to find me. You will have free reign to interrupt me whenever you like. I believe that this, perhaps, well, from what I have heard from my dear friend Zola, perhaps you might be able to help us. So, yes, whenever anything that I can do for you would be a pleasure.
We'll come let you know if we make any progress in our investigation.
I would appreciate that.
Thank you. And
Thank you very much.
Very well. When you go down, would you tell my clerk that they may send in the next person to their hearing?
Oh yes. Also, do you have any stables or something where we can keep our horses?
Yes, there is many stables throughout Dount. Are you looking to purchase, or are you
Or
looking to
to-
lodge?
Yeah,
or
just large one for us. We're
Sure.
here.
There are several that I recommend, but consider it a favor to friends. You may use my personal stables. It is just on the outskirts, kind of several blocks down from here. You won't be able to miss it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Oh, before we go, where's the
Yes?
best donut shop?
The best donut shop. I am partial to wildflowers and honey bunches.
Down donuts. It's canon.
All right then.
Wonderful. We won't take up any more of your time.
Pleasure. If there is anything I can do, please do let me know.
Of course. Thank you.
We'll be back.
Actually, I don't believe you gave me your names.
Yeah.
It would be nice to be on first name basis with people that are going to be using my facilities.
So, I'm Krugar. Krugar Tugadak. Very nice to meet you.
Well met.
I'm an Arkanoid, model A9.
Kruger,
Well met.
what was your second name?
Tugadak.
Tugadak. Cool.
It's a family name.
I'm Abelard Dupont.
Well met.
I'm Dilbert. That's it.
No, certainly.
No,
Well, I like that. It is unique.
just Dilbert.
Well met.
I've forgotten. I know one of my second name is one of two things. But it's June.
You forget your surname?
I do actually. I forget if we took my mother or my father's surname.
Are you asking me as the DM? Or are you asking
No, I'll just
Just
say this in
making
character.
Wait,
Bone Grove.
Bone Grove?
June Bone Grove.
That is a nice name. Well met. Juniper Bone Grove, potentially.
Yes, that's it.
Bone.
And this is Nadria. They tend to be quiet sometimes.
Is it my turn yet? I'm Maylin Ellahorn.
Well met.
Oh.
She is demanding.
We are quite an eclectic bunch.
Yes, it certainly seems so. But Dount is a colorful place, so I think you will fit in perfectly.
Oh, also, just for my own reference, is there a temple of Luron around at all, or no?
Luron, I don't believe. People tend to favor Sul.
Okay.
Here. It is an agricultural center, but you might be able to ask around some of the religious sects. They might perhaps have smaller shrines.
Perfect.
I'm afraid I do not know. Apologies.
Oh, good. Thank you for your time.
No worries.
She don't know. she don't now.
Oh my god,
I'm sorry.
that was painful.
She's have a stroke.
I'll just pat June on the shoulder. You tried.
She
You can stop now. You have
Don't
tried enough.
down. She down now.
You have tried enough.
Well,
I
stop
take 4
walking.
psychic damage from that terrible pun.
I think we all took.
Me as the
Yeah.
player, not Krugar.
Blind cuts coming out of your eye.
Oh, damn.
You tried.
Everyone do
you had
a
to
constitution saving throw.
not throw up immediately.
Well, I feel like it would have been more effective if you
I
did
die.
even like anything else, just anything else. I would have even accepted turn down for what?
If you read the YouTube description of the last video released, I just rattled off as many as I could.
The YouTube
Oh my
descriptions scare
God.
me. I don't know what to do with them, so I tend to avoid them.
That's fair.
So
Wait, am I missing out on something not
yeah,
reading
you
these
should, you should
YouTube
read them.
descriptions?
I'm gonna
They're
read them now.
fascinating. It's
One of the
like,
YouTube descriptions, I pretended to be someone stuck in a basement begging for help.
my
I know. I really think we need to talk about reframing. It very much, when you read the YouTube description, it very much feels to me like, was it Tom Hanks on the island with Wilson?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it very
Tom
much
Hanks.
feels like that. It's just like
This
rambling.
is
for
the
no
selling.
reason.
This is the selling point
Is
of
it,
the VODs.
Yeah,
Read the
I don't know.
description.
I don't know if I would count it as a selling point. I would count it as a point of
Possible police investigation.
yeah.
Damn.
So what are we going? Donuts or jewelers first? Should we get donuts out of the way?
How about we-
Donuts first!
How about we drop
Donuts.
off the horses first, and then we get donuts as a reward for the long
Okay.
journey?
Okay.
Yay!
I like that plan.
What if the horses want donuts?
I don't think that,
No.
Malin,
there's
do you have
too-
anything to say about
Too
this?
many donuts. We
Uh,
don't. The horses
I
don't
don't know
need
if
donuts.
it's good for horses.
it's not good for
I don't know if it's. Yeah, no. That's
They
a
Really? Why
bad
would you say
idea.
that?
I'm sure they have many delicious apples at the stable for the horses to enjoy, which will be significantly better for their health.
Remember the question that we really should have asked.
Too late now.
Just-
you haven't
you're allowed
said
to-
that you've left yet, so
We're just having a discussion.
I think so.
Just like I remember this question.
What? No.
I'm-
What
I'm
is it?
assuming you're having the discussion as you're exiting, but
Yes.
if
Yeah.
you would
Yes.
like,
You're allowed to interrupt whenever you want. So,
benevolent DM.
Very benevolent.
very
So
benevolent.
one last thing. Are there any street names for Holy Breath?
Any what is it?
Any names, other names that
Alias.
Holy Breath?
Ah.
Those
I'm afraid I do not know. So far, I have only been investigating under Holy Breath, but perhaps it might be used by others. I can look into it if you would prefer.
This is why you're the smart one of the group.
I would suggest if you are looking specifically for information about Holy Breath, perhaps you could turn to the page turner. It is a bookstore that I have gone to frequently. There are several, I suppose, books on historical poisons and things there that you might find more of your answers. But if you would like to go specifically to a potion, you could go to Tonics and Tinctures. It is just down the main street. It is kind of well, it is next to one of the large grills that you have. So you will probably not be able to miss it.
Okay.
I'm assuming we're leaving now.
I believe so. We're taking the
Mhm.
horses to the stable.
Before we go to the stable, just outside of this office, can I stop and talk to the old lady?
Yes.
I simply just walk up to them and say, hey, I heard you were having troubles with your robot at your farm. I was wondering like what that was about. That's it.
Just go to a complete stranger.
Yeah,
like, hey, what's
complete
up?
stranger.
As you approach,
I try and
the-
look friendly. I try and like wave at them.
As you approach the older lady, you can see that she's kind of in that way that some old people do. She's kind of shaking as she looks up at you, kind of frail.
I'm pointing at Anna the
gummy
entire time I
smile.
say this.
Just looks at you confused.
Okay, so not the same person.
Should have random old person.
Okay, cool. That's it.
Just gonna go
You're
to the
not sure.
geriatric
I
ward
still
of the
point. I still point at A9. Like
So no problem.
If you are having troubles with an Arkanoid, I
What
might be able
Arkanoid?
to help.
She's looking at you all, just.
I think this
Crazy.
is the wrong person. Very sorry about this. And then,
I'm taking Spirit along. Like,
yeah,
let's go.
I'll quickly down the clock. She says that the next one can come in now.
Very well. Oh no, sorry.
old lady gives nothing.
Well, she
Looks confused.
she looks
Okay.
confused.
I
You
think
guys
it's a
having
different
fun.
old woman.
Yeah,
could
different.
be.
Old, well, I mean,
You also, if you were listening to the conversation, know that the lady did not speak very.
much.
No, she didn't speak very much common. So.
Oh wait. Oh, true.
Is she perhaps
So-
gnomish?
She looks human. Is she, like you can't see any discernible features that are. Otherwise.
Now I want to work. Now I want to like try and figure it out. Can I like wave and point at the robot?
Can it,
She kind of waves back and gives you the smile. Nice.
Very nice.
I'll just start dragging Dilbert away in that one as well.
I
Like,
do speak Gnomish. Could I?
I speak Gnomish too.
You could try and say.
I say hello in Gnomish.
Looks you confused.
Okay, so no.
Never mind.
Hey, Lucky,
yeah.
do you speak Gnomish?
No.
Do you speak Gnomish?
Nope.
Do you speak Gnomish, Malin?
No.
Okay.
Do you speak
Well,
Gnomish?
yeah, I spoke Gnomish, and I thought there would be more, but no, that
No, just
Everyone
the end of the
speaks
call.
Gnomish.
I
The most
speak a lot of
rated-
kind of, I think I speak Quarry, Primordial, Infernal, and Celestial, which makes sense. I'm from a moon.
Really start speaking to this old lady in
In
infernal.
in Draconic, I go hello.
Just really disturbed look as she responds back in
He
Infernal.
just points back at the robot. Nice.
Anyway, I'll start dragging Dilbert away. Sorry for the harassment.
I think it is the same, the right lady, but now I'm.
No, she
I'm
doesn't. She
gonna
doesn't speak the right
take
language.
Note of it. Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, I'll drag Dilbert away to the stable to go drop the horses
Okay,
off.
Drop the
I'll
horses
finish
off.
this later.
Sure, so
Find her later.
It is, like Mara said, it's relatively easy to find this stable. It's a really kind of, it's not a huge building, but it is very intricate. It has the same kind of swirling vines and leaves that kind of crawl up and are etched into fine masonry and really thick kind of wooden posts. You can see that there are several horses. It's relatively small. There's only 6 stables. But you can see that the top is kind of has that same symbol of the arbiter with the gavel and the sword crossed. And it's relatively easy. You can see that there's a stable hand, young, looks like an elvish individual.
18 to 25.
Could fit into that bracket, yeah.
What are you doing?
16.
I'm just thinking bait.
Oh.
Bait.
I was like,
Insight check.
I
I
think
was
it's
like, where is this going?
I thought Abelard was about to come out.
18 on your bait.
What
I,
about
uh,
our
I
friendly...
mean, what insight are you gonna do with a blank plague mask?
I'll do it with. Oh, that's.
I've got eyes. That's it.
Do I do it with disadvantage then?
What about our friendly 17-year-old
22 and a half.
bait
Yeah,
Kruger?
Full
That's
bait.
why I was asking questions before.
Oh no.
Kruger immediately feels like.
Oh, like,
What are you
Just in
talking?
time.
Hey, Nate, what are you talking about? I look my age, 22 and a half, which
No,
is
you're
still
not.
in the
21,
which is
21, 2, 3?
20, yeah, 20.
22 and a half, which is still in the age bracket. Oh,
20.
I swear in halfling. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure I'm in the age bracket as well.
I think technically
I think
Abelard
a
is as
lot
well.
of big
Abelard's
business
21, I'm
partners
pretty sure.
are in that
You're
age
21?
Am I? I can't remember how
I'm
old I
older
was.
than you?
I'm 25. I'm 25.
Oh.
You went out for a second there.
bracket. Still fits into the age bracket.
I'm 16, but I'm a dragon. I'm a kobold.
You're not a dragon. You're a kobold. You're a
Yeah.
little dragon rat, basically.
I'm a dragon.
Dragon rat.
Dragon rat.
Okay, so takes the horses from you. So am I supposed to?
Oh,
assume
sorry, I
that
forgot.
You have payment or
I missed
something,
some.
We're friends with the arbiters, and they said that that
On the
Eclipse and Spirit are just chill to stay here.
or roll a persuasion.
Yeah.
please.
Can I assist?
Oh, 22.
Never mind.
Okay, but
It's
if-
hit, my fellow friend, homie.
Oh,
Minus 8.
Minus 8.
I already
Kruger, the cool kids don't call each other friends.
I
Right,
wouldn't know. I'm not.
The arbiter usually doesn't hang around with children, but okay.
What gives you that impression? I'm 22 and a half. Thank you very much.
She's a politician, isn't she?
I'll just. Fuck's sake.
Squints at you. You really don't
Make it.
you don't look.
I got a 5 on deception.
Sensitive area for our friend here.
I don't know what you're talking about, A9.
Right,
Erroneous.
well.
What?
Erroneous. Okay, so and just kind of leads the horses back.
Do you know where to find Florenzon Honey Bunch Donut Shop?
That's the one thing we write down.
The what?
Donuts.
Did I say that right? Yeah, the donut shop. The honey.
The arbiter's favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Hey, you're looking for wildflowers and honey bunches.
I thought
That's the
Florenz.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
also, the racist one that doesn't like gnomes, who is the jeweler. That one.
Stops for a minute in the middle of closing the door to one of the stables. Just pauses, just completely like just stands still and then turns over.
Abelard, don't call out
You
racism
mean
like that.
Greffos?
Yes, that one.
Right. Well, you can find him down, not Main Street, but the one to the right of the entrance to Main Street from here. So the next one over. I would be careful though. He's kind of I don't know. He's a bit of an asshole. Yeah.
I thought that came bundled in with the racism.
Yeah.
I have a great asshole radar. I mean, I'm just saying.
I am not. Yeah, even.
Anyway, have a good day. We're going to go get these donuts.
I can tell you're not an asshole. So.
Donuts,
Thanks.
You can get to donuts now.
It's a compliment, don't worry.
You've earned your rewards.
Kind of gives you directions to both of the stores. Kind of still looks a little bit traumatized by the conversation. Gilbert's excellent asshole
Radar.
radar. I'm not even gonna touch that.
No one should.
No.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, okay. I just realized what I did, and I didn't mean it in that way.
Jesus.
Wait, what?
They've suggested that we clip it so that it just Gilbert just says, "I have a great
No, no.
arsehole." That one's straight from
Cass, we
Cass.
won't be doing that. No.
No, I yes, clip it.
TikTok.
Definitely. Don't do it on
Next
TikTok.
So just a clip of Jack just going, I have a great asshole.
No, Dilbert. Dilbert has a great asshole.
You're the one saying it, buddy.
Yeah, you're repeatedly saying it.
I mean, we don't even need to clip
Not
it at
even
this point.
us,
You've just said it.
Specifically asshole.
Every single session I want to live depletes by so much. Okay. You guys are heading off to the dome.
Yes!
Yeah.
Go, shut, let's go.
Okay.
Buying
So,
some rings, baby.
play.
Let's go.
I'm just gonna move on. So,
Fast track.
yeah, you guys with the instructions that you've been given, it's relatively easy to make your way to Wildflowers and Honey. It's kind of a quaint little shop that it's pastel pink in colour, almost like a musk stick pink, and the trim of the wood that's kind of outlining a large window that you can see lots of little what appears to be baked goods kind of lined up in neat little rows. What's a different...
Is there lemon slice there?
Roll a perception check for me. Actually, roll an investigation check.
Can I help?
God damn it.
Can we all help? We all look for
You
the
all
lemon slice. No,
yeah, roll with advantage.
I wouldn't even know what it would look like.
Oh, hell yeah, 17.
You do see that there's a lemon slice. It's not in the front window, but there is a kind of you can see there's a nameplate that's kind of pressed up on the back, the wall behind, of like a case of lemon slices. There's only one left in there, so it's kind of a wooden. It almost looks a little bit like. It's like a wooden bench top on top, and glass drawers and kind of panels that kind of hold together lots and lots of rows of baked goods, and they kind of line the back wall of the actual shop itself. And as you step in, there's kind of a happy, pleasant jingle from a small little brass bell that kind of keeps ringing and reverberates around the room. You can see that immediately as you walk in, you're kind of hit with the aroma of freshly baked goods. There's kind of sweet, tart jams that are currently being kind of stirred on their own in large kind of vats. And there's loaves of bread that are kind of wrapping themselves and are kind of being shuttled into large bread racks, and the smell of freshly baked bread kind of hits you as well as you walk in.
How many people are in the store?
You can see there's about 5 people. There's small tables that are kind of shoved on one side. It's a relatively big interior. You assume that this is kind of frequented by a lot of people. You can see that it's a very quaint kind of store. That there's barrels of what appear to be kind of sweets and lollies that are kind of packed into jars and stacked in pyramids. That are kind of interspersed throughout the room. There are almost like an old-time sweet shop, and that there's like a place where you can kind of scoop them and put them into these kind of bags to take up and pay for, and you can kind of make your own. It's like a pick and mix kind of deal. Along the back wall, you can see that there's what appears to be almost a florist section. So there's kind of bunches of flowers that are kind of being tied by what appears to be a small kind of gnomish individual that's kind of tying things with twine and putting together flower arrangements. Yep.
Are there any chamomile flowers there?
What's your passive perception?
11.
With an 11, I'll say you can see that there's maybe a handful of chamomile flowers.
Oh, Kruger is in his happy place right now, guys.
Right. You
Yep.
can see that, there's they're kind of segmented into rows and kind of some that are already put together into bundles and bunches of flowers. Some people are kind of queued up in front. There's only 2 there at the moment, and kind of chatting to the individual who's putting everything together. But some are just kind of eating cakes and pastries set up at like these small little tables. And there are kids that are kind of pressed up against the glass outside that you can see now that you're inside the store, kind of looking up in awe at all of these like baked goods that are kind of in rows and everything, and pointing them out before they're tugged away by the hand by their parents, or some who enter in the store behind you and kind of squeeze past.
Kruger would have been doing the exact same thing the kids were doing, but then looks like, I'm gonna go inside.
Yeah, so you can see that as the bell chimes again, it's still ringing until you guys actually enter the building. You can see that there's kind of a not necessarily frail, but he is kind of an almost gaunt, older-looking gentleman who kind of smiles at you all. Are you guys approaching at the actual?
Yep,
I
first
just
Buy
wanna
donuts. We buy donuts.
I'm in front of. I'm in the line with the people in front, but I'm in front of everybody at the table. I'm
I'm just
Do you think there are any
imagining
lemon
the kind of
slices?
the cross thing, the slash across.
There's one right
Just like this bright pink kind of floral thing as like a 6-foot plague doctor steps through the bell, jingles.
We all does everyone stop and look at us as we all enter?
They do. You guys are definitely a sight, but you get the impression that Dount is not necessarily a more accepting place, but it is more
They're woke.
multicultural.
Are they
So
woke? Is Dount woke?
Dance.
Down is so woke.
Oh,
Um,
great. Okay, cool.
Yeah, we're in the woke part of the world, guys.
LGBT friendly is this shop that we're in?
Absolutely, everything
great.
is LGBT friendly
Awesome.
because I don't
Awesome.
want to discriminate against myself.
Fair enough.
Tear you down.
But Down is as you've passed through the town, you can see that there are people of all different shapes and forms. There's various different races of individuals here. You've seen a couple of tieflings. You've seen some orcs, half orcs. It's not just confined to halflings, gnomes, humanoids, like that, like the rest of the place he's going. You watch as this older gentleman kind of waves to the back, and you can see that there's a younger kind of human man who kind of steps out. Probably, I would say about 21. He's got kind of long blonde hair that's pulled back into a man bun. I don't really like the phrase man bun, but the best way to kind of describe it, it's not like a...
That's
it's
not.
as, it's
You're not on camera.
It's not as well put
Lean that
together
way.
as James's.
There you go.
It's very much a small kind of
Glorious.
almost a sumo knot type of.
Oh, hell
okay.
yeah.
And you can see that there's an undercut that kind of goes
Damn, this guy's stylish.
underneath, and kind of an eyebrow piercing kind of heads towards you all.
Is this kind of important?
This
Can I
guy's
do an
chill.
insight check on this dude?
Yeah, do it inside joke.
Yeah. Is this store LGBTQ plus friendly? This
19.
guy's gay.
That's 19. Actually,
19?
no, that'll be inside at 21.
21. I mean, you have not spoken to him at all. He seems like a guy.
Is he an asshole?
He doesn't seem like
Okay,
it.
great,
You-
cool.
Like I said, you haven't spoken. He's just kind of looking at you all. Oh, hey there, what's up?
Oh, he's chill as fuck.
Hello, we wish for 6 donuts.
Lemon slice.
5.
We want
5
the last
donuts.
lemon.
No.
Hi
Get
there.
12.
You
I
want
want
the
2 or 3 or 4.
Can we get 7?
Whoa. I'm gonna need you guys to do it one at a time. 6 donuts.
7.
7.
Seven.
Not
Seven
just
donuts.
Oh wait, one
No,
for
6.
8.
7.
9.
7.
9
7.
donuts.
7
9 donuts and the last lemon slice, please.
I'm paying. Listen to
Whoa,
me.
Whoa. I'm gonna need everybody to do it one at a time.
I will stick my hand up. Well, this is my money, so you're paying this.
I'll buy it.
I'll happily pay for donuts.
How many? So June, no donuts. A9, you don't eat.
Oh.
Uh,
Sorry.
6 donuts, because
One
Quill
for
don't
me,
need
one
one.
for Quildo.
Oh, good. How much is that?
And the lemon
And
slice.
the lemon slice. You can't forget about that.
Whoa. Okay, it kind of goes back down.
We're very excited.
Kind of jotted down on. You see, he's wearing like a a leather apron that's kind of tied loosely, and kind of pulls out what appears to be a little notepad and kind of jots down. So let me get this straight. You wanted, this is me out of character. The last lemon slice.
Yes,
Mhm.
and 6 donuts.
6 donuts. Okay.
Is there multiple flavors of donuts?
You guys don't even know
Abelard,
if there are donuts.
Abelard doesn't specify. He's just like donuts. Abelard has no idea what a donut is.
Original glaze.
Abelard's like, what the fuck is this?
Alright, hang on, everyone.
Surely
Writing
Nutella
the
Can I take your order?
Taking
This
our
is
order.
for pricing. So,
Can mine be a jam-filled donut, please? If you
sure,
have
I
that, of
mean,
course.
Like we got a lot of different flavors of donuts, like pretty popular around here.
Which ones you got?
1 second, and kind of goes back and pulls out a board and kind of flips it over towards you, and you can see that there are strawberry, chocolate.
How am I ever gonna
There are the
choose?
jams, cinnamon as well.
Abelard walks up, points at 6 random donuts. Those ones.
Oh. Can I have the jam one, but with a sprinkle of cinnamon and just a little dollop of honey on top, please? Thank you.
You're trying to make your own donut, dude?
I'll pay extra.
Okay, man.
I'm
I-
getting,
Thank you.
I'm getting crushed. I'm getting crushed by
Abelard's just sitting there with like, just like shaking their head, just like, what the fuck
No,
is going on?
Malin.
I'm buying them.
Malin, see how much you can get him to do.
chill Australian.
I don't know what
separate.
anything is.
Get
let
him to
alone
read
make
to your
an order.
donut.
Huh?
Get him to read to the donut.
Read the
What?
donut?
Yeah.
What?
Like, get him to read a passage of the Bible or something.
What's the Bible?
What's the Bible?
Any of the Bibles.
What's the Bible?
Is Bible? I guess Bible's not a word. I guess Bible's a pretty exclusive word. What's the Bible called? Like as
A
a
religious text?
get him to read some scripture to the donut.
What?
He's willing to put honey on top of the donut. What is he willing to do?
Can you read scripture to my
I'll like immediately try to look at both of you guys.
I don't really read like poetry or anything when I'm supposed to be working. It's kind of like it's like a weekend thing for me. So I have to
So
pass.
chill.
But,
So chill.
You're so cool. What's your name?
my name, it's Amen.
Do you smoke weed? This is from Dilbert.
Does weed exist in this world?
What's a weed?
Don't know about weed, but I do kind of partake sometimes in Volcanos. It's pretty sick.
Oh.
Can I?
I do a medicine check on what is that? Volcanos?
Volcanos?
Holly
Yeah.
getting out some of the
Can I
deeds while
do a-
Holly's like,
Can I
finally.
do a medicine check
Another element.
to see if I
She's
know what
been
that
waiting
is?
for this moment.
Sure.
22.
With a 22, you know that Volcanos is one of the. It's not necessarily hallucinogenic, but it is one of the drugs that kind of, if you take too much of it, can make people believe they're seeing ghosts and breathing fire. It's kind of made through a plant, like the seeds of a fruit that is found nearby volcanoes. So they're
Oh, there you
seeds
go.
and
Yeah.
volcanic ash.
Nice. That's all I want. I'm not going to try and press him any further about his stash of Volcanos.
Wait, did this guy just openly tell us that he does drugs?
Is it illegal?
No,
Abelard burns the entire place down.
Would I know that it's
War on
illegal
drugs.
from my knowledge of it?
so you don't know that it's illegal.
Okay.
You assume if he's saying it openly, it must not be
Probably
that frowned upon. It's
True.
not one that is kind of. It's not one that's. It's not frowned upon necessarily to take it, but people don't usually take it in excess. That's when it becomes a problem.
Okay.
So it is quite common around the Prussian Empire
Mhm.
for people to take
Oh,
it.
there you go. Okay.
There you
But it's not made here. It's an import.
Drugs are canon now. Love it.
I mean, makes sense.
You asked
Yeah.
me
I know,
sessions
I know,
ago.
I
I
know.
made it. What are you complaining about?
No, I'm that's awesome.
Sure. So manages to get you guys your donuts and the final lemon slice packages up in a really nice box that says wildflowers and honey bunches and kind of like a really loopy script that's kind of embellished with flourishes and things like that.
Thank you so much. How much would that be?
Sure. That would probably be and kind of goes back to how you made your own donut. Goes, I'm gonna say 5 silver. I don't usually make donuts for people, but like you know.
I tip him a
cool,
gold.
man.
I'll give him a gold. The rest is for you.
Oh, you're tipping me?
Yeah.
Dude, that's so nice. Thank you.
You're chill as fuck.
Thanks, man.
You've done a great service, and you made me my favorite donut from home. So I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries.
And
man.
the lemon slice is my favorite. So.
I'm so excited. Thank you.
Yeah, pleasure.
Wait, just for me. The chamomile over there. Is it possible? Do you have like a little jar or anything that you can put some of it in the jar so I can take it with me?
Of the flowers, dude?
Yeah, the little white flower over there.
Like, do you want the petals or like?
Can I get just like a little cutting, like about that big in a jar, like that big? Could go in there?
Sure. And kind of heads over and is like speaking in a hushed tone. You can hear him say, "I don't know, dude. Just wants like a small little cut off of like a chamomile flower or something. I don't know." And kind of puts it in like a small little jar. It looks like one that you'd put like a salve or something in. Kind of heads back over to you. But here you go, man. If you ever want a full flower, like we got those too.
I'll have a full one as well.
And kind of sighs and then heads back.
The hell of retail.
Can I get this guy's name? Could I
It's
like?
so it's AMAN. Kind of heads back over.
A man. He's a man. He is a man.
A man.
I spelled it
Is he a man, the dude?
Okay.
His last name is the dude. A man. The
I
dude.
am.
He only gave you the name. And
Yeah.
it's written on
Yeah,
it. It's
yeah.
like
Oh,
it's
yeah,
pinned
yeah.
by a little metal nameplate. Cool. Here's your flower, man.
How much?
Oh no, you already gave me a gold, so like just take it, dude. It's like cool.
I'll give him 5 silver as well for the flower.
Dude, I'm gonna feel really bad if you keep giving me money. It kinda
No,
passes it
no,
back.
you're very cool. You're very helpful. It's the least you deserve.
Oh, well, thanks, man. I mean, maybe this will help me finally make my own shop somewhere. I'm hoping to go to Rumbellion later, so really appreciate it.
Yo.
And kind of scoops it up.
We'll
That's
be
where we're going.
yeah.
We're going to
crazy.
rumble on.
Well, no, he's a Rumbellions. Yeah,
Oh, never
we're
mind.
going to Rumble.
I'll take it back.
But are we
Whatever.
going there in the future?
Maybe.
Probably.
We might see you.
That's where the spirits told me to go, so I
We'll be
should
looking out for your shop.
Yo, you hear spirits too?
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm like all up in feeling the vibes and stuff, and like sometimes I feel like I'm hearing people speak to me, man. Like
Is
Hey,
it the nature
yo.
spirits?
I don't know about nature spirits. They don't really like announce themselves. They're not like, hey man, some nature spirits here, like, you know, talk to you.
Cheers to that.
But like sometimes, I mean, I think I hear stuff. So
Awesome.
yeah, I mean, you guys seem really cool. So maybe I'll see you in the future.
I hope so.
Kind of intense. I appreciate that.
I'll grab the box and the
Trying
flower.
to work out if it's an insult or not.
Do we want to eat it? Or
I reckon we eat on the run.
all right. No.
Right,
And
pleasure
go
having
after where
you.
we're
Thank
going.
you, Amen.
Thank you.
See you later. And kind of heads back, and you can hear him say, "Hey man, what can I get you?" To the next person.
That was so cool.
He's so cool. Anyway,
So chill.
I'll like take my mask off and I'm just like, which one do I take?
well, I point to mine. I'm like, well, that one's mine, so you can't touch that one. I
eat
think
any
they're
of
all. I think
Just
they're all.
eat one.
The rest are the same. So
I'll
just pick
just
one.
grab one.
One for you.
Yeah.
And one for you. Did we get one
Oh,
for
one for Quildo.
one for Quildo? There we go.
Quildo kind
You
of
just
appears.
wanted 2 donuts.
Quildo
Quildo
appears,
loves food.
sniffs at the donut that you have, and Quildor looks absolutely ravenous. Immediately kind of scratches it out of your hand.
He loves sweet food.
Every time I see him, I feel more disturbed.
He looks absolutely feral at the moment, just kind of chowing down on this donut. You can see it like, what kind of donut was it that you gave him?
I reckon we probably just got like
Not chocolate.
I reckon we
It
just got
wasn't
like basic
chocolate.
glaze or something like that.
What was it?
It
Oh,
would have been.
glaze? Sure.
Yeah, it would have
Yeah.
just been
You
like
see the
original
glaze
glaze or
is kind
something.
of like sticking to the fur and like he's kind of doing that. You know how sometimes dogs when they have something in their mouth like chew and you can see their teeth are like curling
Yes.
them, kind of like chewing as if there's peanut
Oh.
butter or something.
That's actually a great description for me.
It's kind of stuck to
Like
Quildor's teeth.
inhaling the
Oh,
donut.
he loves it.
I do the same with my donut.
Yeah, you do the
You
same.
guys look like an
Yeah,
absolute
the
pair,
same.
both of you just kind of chowing down on these donuts.
Oh, it's not as good as the ones at home, but this is delicious.
It's so good.
I just eat it quietly, just like
Mm.
like one eyebrow raised, just like.
You wanna try some of mine, Quildo? I give him a little piece.
And then
Quildor chows down immediately.
finally settling down after that.
just huffs it.
Completely gone in like a second.
Fucking Kirby
And-
style, like.
And I'll
Okay.
grab out
He's got those little hands that kind of just like.
the lemon slice. Alright, who wants who wants a little bit?
No,
Yeah,
I'm good.
I'm alright, thank you.
We'll just split it in half. There you go.
Thank you. I give a little bit to Quildo as well.
These are actually excellent lemon slices. It's probably, if not the best, one of the best that you've had.
This
Dude,
is the
a
best
good-
thing I've ever tasted
out of
in my entire
character,
life.
like this IRL lemon slice fucking slaps hard.
Yeah.
It's
Agreed.
fucking good.
Agreed.
It's
mum
my
makes
favorite.
a great
So
lemon
good.
slice.
Like
Maybe one
the-
time I can get my mum to make lemon slices for us.
Hell
So
yeah.
good. Lemon slice is awesome.
The crumble is perfectly golden brown, a little bit nutty, and like it works perfectly with the actual lemon part of the slice itself.
Awesome.
And perfect acidity, balance is great.
Oh
This is a really good lemon slice. The
Awesome.
donuts, really good donuts.
Did we gather if a man was the one that made it?
I'll say you could see that there were flour marks kind of on.
Is that men
Ah,
abducting the
yeah.
people?
Oh my god!
It's
Oh my
actually-
god!
We're cannibals.
Slave labor at the
We
donut
figured
shop.
it out.
Jesus, you can see that there are,
Can you imagine?
there are
No, he's too chill for
streaks
that.
of
He's
flour
too
kind
chill.
of through it like on his face and like through his hair and kind of on the actual apron itself. So you gather that
Dude,
at least he has a part in
He's
the-
chill and he makes a killer lemon slice.
You guys are
Legend.
missing out. This is the best thing I've ever tasted.
I'm not gonna lie. My mom's gonna hate me.
I
but this is
I
really
asked for
good.
like a little, like just a little piece. Just like a break up of it. Yeah. Cheers. And then yeah, I ate it, and then I joined in the fan club.
I
the
wish they had
Slice fan
more.
club.
I
I'm
know.
just
Oh,
like
yeah.
looking at all of us like, so who is ready to go speak to a racist?
I'm alive.
I know I sure haven't had my fill today.
I haven't had my
Yeah.
racist meal today.
No, everyone, no.
Why not?
What? We're literally speaking to a racist.
Well,
I'm
so
alive.
blunt.
Don't say that out loud. It might
Upset someone.
unwanted
Hey, Avalon,
Wait.
don't listen. You can say that out loud. It's good to call it out, you know?
It is.
Call it.
Some of the people that are passing by kind of overhear you. Just
Are
turn.
you like a gnome? Like
I'm a
what-
halfling.
Like isn't that?
Whoa.
Holy
Wait.
Yeah.
This is
Gilbert,
bad.
do you think I'm a gnome?
No. Does
is
this
very
person?
bad territory.
Does this happen? Does this person hate all little people?
You've never spoken.
We don't know. We don't know that.
No, you have no.
Because then
you
they'll
have
hate
no
me too.
bounds to know that. Possibly.
We will find out when we talk to them.
It'd be really concerning if the ultimate villain ends up being a gnome and all the suspicions are confirmed. That's gonna just end up a really
Oh,
bad.
Reinforce the racism.
I will safely say that I will never ever do that. Nobody. Okay.
I make no promises.
Moving on. Moving on.
A9,
My God. Okay.
Oh my
can you
god.
carry me? I feel like I'm gonna fall into a food coma.
You
Into a
ate
what?
One donut and a half a lemon slice. What's fucking wrong with you?
The best lemon slice you will ever eat. I'm
I
just,
slap him-
I'm just
I
trying to be
slap-
carried
I
here.
slap Kruger in the face.
Like, uppies, uppies.
Oh no, you do a shit ton of
Alright,
damage
try
with
to hit
slap as well.
no,
Try to
just
hit
like
me.
just like a friendly like snap out of it slap.
Just
Yeah, like I'm just like. Fucking
Alright, try to hit me.
no, do I have to roll?
I would say so. Yeah.
What's
You
your
get-
armor
you
class?
get plus
16.
6.
Oh, I rolled a
magic.
3. Yeah, definitely didn't hit.
Well, you gotta wake it up.
Um,
Does
as
that snap you out of
as
your
you-
food camera anyway because you dodged my slap?
Yep. Yes.
As you go to backhand Kruger, immediately Kruger is in a kind of backward sway, like
I'm
in this
doing
kind
monk
of
shit.
wrist out state, and kind of just dodges it without even realizing.
Huh?
That kind of gust of air kind of wafts over you from the backhand.
The gust of air just like
Yeah. What are we doing again? Oh, right. The jeweler.
At this point, I would say it's probably 4 or 4:30. So it's approaching kind of sunset. There are more people that are kind of flooding into the streets.
Better
There are
hurry
kids kind of running all over the place.
Mm.
Some of them have like wooden, what appears to be dragons that actually kind of like flap up and down, are themselves enchanted, and kind of playing with them, kind of soaring along, kind of making the kind of raw noises that kids do that kind of sound a little bit threatening if you look at them in a feral way. Like those kids that are kind of absolutely unhinged.
So you said it's coming on sunset as well.
Yeah, I would say it's approaching sunset, and you can see that the vendors who are kind of setting up for barbecues and putting like the grills and making street food are kind of flooding out to put together their stalls for the night. You can see that some of them are closing down, others are only just opening. But as you guys pass through, I think we might go ahead and take a break there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And return as you guys head to Greffus's Trinkets.
I was actually about to say
Awesome.
we should change it up and go to the Western Fields
Oh, up to you guys.
because it's sunset and that's when the abductions happen. So we might as well just observe and see what goes on.
Oh, up to you
Yeah,
guys
true.
what you'd like to do.
Was it this is out of?
I'm going to say we're
Go
going
to
to head
break.
to break.
Oh, yeah,
and
sorry.
then,
Yeah.
then we
Good
can
idea.
discuss,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
we will return, and you guys will see what apparently we decide. So thanks for staying with us, and we hope to see you in a second. last we left off, everybody's dabbing. Well, last we left off, the party had just kind of established themselves in Down. They'd spoken to the arbiter, and are now going to follow a lead that was given to them by Morris Flora, the arbiter of Dount, to investigate Greffus's trinkets and see if they can find out more information about some mysterious disturbances. What would you guys like to do? I'm assuming you're heading to Greffus's?
We might want to get there before it starts to close.
I'd
Yeah,
like
I
to
think that's
ask-
a good idea.
First, could you move your microphone a little closer? The microphone's having a little trouble tonight, so if you could try and project into it and try and understand that it's not doing the
Give
best.
us a nice hearty Beppers, just to make sure it's working.
No,
Damn, got so
No,
excited.
no. I was gonna do it, but no.
Thank
no.
you. That's all.
Better?
Yeah.
Or, okay.
Oh, hopefully.
Okay.
It could be good to go there the next day as well and just get him in the morning. But it could be good to go to the Western Fields and try get a lay of the land per se.
You mean where the
Yes,
young adult here?
we're
Right.
all young adults here.
Don't worry, we'll look after you.
I kind of huddle very close to A9. I'm like, okay, I'm tough. I know,
Regardless,
but we got this.
you can take care of yourself. Look at the size of that sword.
Wow.
Aww.
I kind of.
We should have asked for Beppis at that.
I'm going for. I give A9. I give A9 a hug.
Still stuck
I
with
hug. I hug your
Beppis.
leg. I'm like,
I'll stop.
and I kind of just like whisper, like, thank you.
Aw.
That made
That's
me.
cute.
That's adorable. Yeah.
What does A9 do?
A9 doesn't quite know how to respond. Just as I don't know how to respond.
I hug your leg for maybe a little bit too long. I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. Yes, we got this. I'll just cleave him in half. Let's go. Which way?
Ooh,
West.
Also, point of call. Let's discuss what we're gonna do beforehand this time.
Oh, if
We are
they
going to
attack
raid
or
this
hurt
store.
any one of you guys, I will. Do I have permission to cleave them in half?
Don't keep them in
Yes.
half, leave them alive. We wish to interrogate
Yeah.
them for the
Can I
location
take
of
their
them.
leg off then?
We can.
I
You
can
can
heal that,
take
yes.
we get rid of the bottom half and keep the talking bit.
Gotcha.
That's
Hey,
true.
hey,
You don't need
I'm-
How
legs.
about
Good.
we just knock them unconscious and not cut any bits off?
If
ideally.
we need to
I
interrogate
don't know what the
them and they're
protocol is. I've
assholes.
never killed a person before.
You're-
So.
Well, that's good. We don't.
Dude, you seem kind of bloodthirsty. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm asking questions.
Cool vibes. I like it.
Anyway, let's get going before the sun goes down. We wish to observe the area.
But
Okay.
yeah, knock out. Okay.
Knockout.
Okay.
Cut in half.
No, knockout.
Okay, so
Knockout.
you guys head towards Greffus's trinkets. You can see that it is still open.
Oh yeah, the Western Fields.
Oh, you was okay. Sorry,
Mm.
my mistake.
Mm.
All right, so you guys go to the outskirts of Dount. You can see that several farmers are kind of packing up still. There's still some people that are out, but they almost seem hurried and kind of trying to get in before sunset. Every time you drink from that cup, Jesus.
Brought to you.
No, not sponsored.
Not sponsored.
Why do you think I'm covering the symbol?
No, it's a symbol.
I
of
think we're
Bepis.
okay.
Don't
But
want,
thank you.
Don't want Beppis coming after us.
Anyway, as you guys, you can see there's kind of
Mm.
a frenzy of people that are kind of packing up and trying to get in before sunset. Several of the farmers who you saw kind of on your way in, kind of tip their hats to you again, kind of hurry on past. Are you guys? So your plan is to just wait in the Western Fields until something happens, or
Just for a bit, I guess.
Hmm.
sure?
Kind of scope it out, see if there's maybe anything that like is, out of the normal.
How about you guys all kind of hide in that grass there, and I will stand out in the open.
Why you?
Why?
Yeah.
I'm within the age bracket.
Yeah, but you're not like.
Technically, so is Kruger.
Yeah.
Okay, I get what you're trying to say. I'll beat the bait.
I mean, I can be the bait as well.
No, I'll.
If we're talking bait, I really don't know another word to say, so I apologize before I say
Wait.
this. Kruger's. I'm sorry. Kruger's tastier than you are.
Okay.
Whoa.
I mean, you're presuming
damn.
they're
I-
eating them.
Whoa.
Big
No, I
beef.
meant like in
Hatred.
my brain is blanking. I can't think of a different word.
June,
like
June,
it's
June,
better.
June. I think I understand.
Yeah, like
Wait,
I think
Abelard, how old are you?
25.
It's hard to tell with the mask on all
my
the time.
point. Yeah.
Okay. So go stand. Wait. Go stand over there.
Go stand in the field.
You just want me to stand in the middle of the
Did-
field?
Yeah.
Did the abductor have a type? Did we ask?
Well, no,
no,
we asked that. We asked that. They didn't have any.
I believe it was between 18 to 25.
No, like
but not
like
16.
looks.
thing.
Like okay, not a race thing. Okay. Vibes.
Did not.
And Holly said no.
I'll go out.
Say goes.
Okay, I'm just gonna kind of walk out openly and look for anything that's out of the ordinary, excluding these guys trying to hide. Like,
Sure.
Can I tie a
Um,
rope to Krugar's leg?
So the west,
And
I
hold the
do
rope?
not let you do that. That's too obvious.
the western fields themselves they're quite expansive. They do stretch across two terraced farmlands. So there is 2 hills that are kind of connected by several different rope bridges. That take you to different kind of plateaus or terraces of these rice fields. So it's not necessarily like the wheat and barley fields that you're used to. The actual hills themselves are composed of, it looks like rice crop. The fields that you are in now, if you're not ascending the actual hills themselves, would be barley.
Mm-hmm.
So you can find, are you looking for a clearing or anything in particular, or you're just kind of...
Just getting like a general like peruse of like the landscape itself, see if there's anything like that stands out more significantly than anything else.
Sure. Roll a perception check for me, please.
Okay.
It's kind of approaching sunset now. You can see that there are kind of warm oranges and bright pinks that kind of spread across the sky. Fluffy white clouds are kind of making their passage across. Yep.
When the sun's about to set, can I cast Detect Evil and Good?
Sure.
Do you want me to remind you what it does?
Yeah, sure. Go for it.
So for 10 minutes, I know if there is an aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead within 30 feet of you, as well as where the creature is located. Similarly, you know if there is a place or object within 30 feet of you that has been magically consecrated or desecrated.
It is not within
Cool.
30 feet of you.
Well,
You don't get any sense.
It lasts the next 10 minutes or so, so I figured I can just wait for once the sun sets. I'll be nearby, keep my eye out.
Sure. You don't get any sense that there's anything in your vicinity of 30 feet.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we're aware that they strike sort of like at the sunset. It's not like an over the night sort of thing. It's like they strike at the sunset.
That's been a reoccurring theme as well. Yes.
Okay.
I got a 15 for perception, and as I'm like looking out, I'll just get my little jar that Amen I bought from Amen. I'll just give it. Just smell the little chamomile plant in the jar, as it just reminds me of home and just brings me to a happy place. And I'm like, I got this. You got this. Come on, man. Come on. Don't take it out now.
Yes?
I would like to wee and cast Primeval Awareness.
Bill Siren.
For the next minute, I believe. Yeah, 1 minute per spell slot. Oh.
Sure, and Primeval Awareness does?
I can't tell where they are. I can tell if they're there. No numbers, no location, no anything. Of aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead.
Within...
A mile.
Within a mile. Yeah.
You don't know the location. You just know that they're there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. I was gonna say that's a very broken ability. That's actually a very cool ability. You just know it's like
Shit.
there's
I heard an
Holy
under the
through
breath
hell.
shit.
there is an elemental somewhere
Elementals.
within a mile.
Ooh.
Quickly checking Monster Manual for what? Holy Joe's like, fuck. They know.
It's not month manual. I am checking my notes though, sorry guys.
No,
Give me a moment. I feel like every session I just spend time just like dicking around because you do stuff that I don't expect.
The joys of D&D.
Yeah, I know. My apologies, guys.
No
No,
apology.
that is the ways of weird adventuring parties.
Mm-hmm.
You drawings.
We don't get much weirder than the weird.
Did we ever come up with a name?
Please
No,
no.
do not have a name yet.
Would still the doors
We are
Yeah.
not. We are not the
Placeholder.
doors.
Guys,
We are the doors.
my shirt. I wore it in
Wait,
your
wait,
honor.
Say there, say there.
Doors.
I wore it in your honor, everyone.
Are we actually?
Door- that's us.
I did have this before you guys established that
This is- we
there
are
was
the
a connection
doors.
Nothing's
to the doors.
concrete yet.
No, there was a connection to the doors. I'm not saying that you are called the doors.
We are the
Well,
doors.
We're the doors
But,
now.
No.
We have to be.
I don't
half
think
say
you
yes,
understand.
half
We
say
are the
no.
doors.
I do not consent to this image.
Neither does Kruger.
Nobody.
No,
does.
Lockie's talking about something else.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Do not consent to this image of Aberrad.
Oh.
the fuck did I look at?
Oh no.
I'm drawing smut.
What
Let's
are they
just put it
doing?
out.
What?
Oh, it's bad too.
It's not. It's
No,
very
no,
good.
sorry, it's
Show-
not
show us
bad.
after,
No,
show us after.
it's definitely NSFW.
What is your favorite terrain again, please?
It
Is
is
it mountains?
coasts actually,
Coast.
from the glass coast. Mm.
Yep. Glass shore. Yes.
Yeah,
does
sorry.
favorite terrain have an impact? here?
Yes, it does.
His radius would extend.
So you can
Alright.
get a very faint blip.
Oh, wait. Let me just ask.
It
Action.
it is fiendish.
Mm.
Give me a second. Sorry, I'm just double checking because
Do you know
it went in
direction?
one ear out another.
I
My
don't think so.
apologies.
Do you know directionality from that spell?
No. Oh,
Yeah, I'm just.
So intense.
I'm actually just checking that. We're having tug of war for some reason.
no. I'm plugging in the charger.
It's
Right.
cooperative tug of war.
Tug of peace.
Tug of peace.
That's something
that
else.
sounds,
I think.
that sounds so weird. That sounds weirdly sexual.
Everything sounds weirdly sexual with this group.
A tug of
apparently.
peace.
There's too many sexual things
Yeah.
going on
Tug of-
today.
You guys started it with the change. Shut the fuck
the
up.
tug of peace.
Yes.
It started well before the chains. Thank you.
It did.
It
I think it did too. Yeah, oh, yeah.
When the fuck else was it?
The tug of
Oh, all the
peace.
time. I hate this. I hate it. I hate it so much. Okay. Yeah. So you do get you do get a sense that there is something fiendish, very faint. Unfortunately, you don't get location or number, but you do sense that there is something fiendish.
Split up, guys.
Within a mile of you.
Con
Like Scooby
does
Doo.
not get to hear this, but everyone else. Hey guys, there's something fiendish within a mile.
I reckon. Kruger should frolic around, being like, "I'm a little boy waiting to be stolen."
No.
I'm a little boy waiting to be
I
stolen.
wonder who's gonna steal me today.
What a non-suspicious thing to be
I
saying.
was gonna say that is
No.
so.
The demon takes Kruger and is like, "Oh, actually,
I don't think I want this one. Like, sorry.
It's kind
Starts talking really loudly, like, "Oh, hello, demon friend."
Jesus.
Yeah, nah. Kruger
Are
ain't
you
doing
here
that.
to steal me?
Are you here to steal me? This is like Hansel and Gretel just on crack, on one.
Oh god.
Yes.
Can I do some kind of? I assume would I have fought any fiends or like learnt about them in my education at all in the Dream Plane about fiends at least?
I would assume you'd know a little bit about them, given,
I speak Infernal.
yeah, given that A, you speak Infernal, and B, that as a, as somebody who has extensive religious knowledge, you would know quite a bit about fiendish.
Can I do some kind of check about what kind of fiend may abduct people randomly,
Sure.
especially between the age brackets
Sure.
of 16 to 25?
Please do a
I got a 15 on my perception. check
21.
earlier as well.
21. There are several different groups of fiends that would potentially abduct for certain rituals. I will say with a 21, you notice that given there's been quite a lot of discussion about extraplanar, traversing planes, you get the sense that there are groups of fiends that would be employed by certain beings that are perhaps in that are higher up in the hierarchy of fiends, who might employ some to open pocket dimensions. With a 21, unfortunately, you don't know specifically which type that might be, but you do know that some pit fiends organize groups of kind of lesser fiends like imps or something similar to kind of do their dirty work in opening up or partaking in ritualistic abductions and opening of these tears in the material plane to traverse and do extra planar transport. Now, with your 15,
Yes.
you're so distracted by watching these kind of beautiful colours that wash over the sky and kind of highlight Dount and all of its pastel terraced houses in kind of these bright, warm glows. It's almost radiant as you look at Dount, silhouetted against this kind of gold and green a backdrop of terraced hills and crops that you look around your area and it's so beautiful, but it doesn't seem to be disturbed at the moment by anything. As you stand in the field, you can just hear the faint kind of a gentle breeze. It almost feels like a nice summer, you know, one that's not too hot, but you get that kind of warm breeze that kind of caresses your exposed skin. It's like a warm hug, you know, as you watch kind of butterflies that are just kind of gently floating along. That's pretty much the only activity that you see. How long are you standing there for? You said like 20 or 30 minutes or something similar?
Yeah, something like
Sure.
that. Yeah.
In that time, you don't notice anything. You can see that there are still some farmers who are kind of in almost groups, kind of packs, and very much not leaving anyone by themselves, and kind of still traversing these rope bridges and swaying them. You can hear them kind of calling out to one another, you know, kind of throwing down hessian sacks onto onto like pipelines that take it down below, kind of whoosh down steel chutes to take it down to massive trolleys and pallets and things at the end.
I think after a while, after 5 minutes go by of me just like looking and like admiring, I'll do some like kid shit, like just some sword practice, like wah wah, and then after another 5 minutes of that, I'll sing a little song that my mother would sing to me in Halfling, just casually, just to pass the time.
Cool. So you begin to kind of hum under your breath as you're practicing sword. You're definitely thinking about your family and all of the kind of emotions that you feel towards parts of your family and your home. Dount is very similar. It gives you that same kind of comforting that so much of Tuttle's has. And yeah, you're just waiting there to
You fucking Santa. I can't even.
I'm drawing stuff for the. No, it's.
He has something to share
it's
with the
not.
class.
You can't not.
It's
You
not
can't
finished.
not.
You'll see it on the Instagram later if it's the one I'm thinking of.
Oh, I definitely won't.
So you won't see that one on the Instagram. That will get us this account taken down.
Better left.
Best left
Do
unseen.
you wish me to describe it?
No. Well, after the stream.
perhaps up.
Yes.
Anyway, so yeah, you stand there for a little while thinking of home, watching the kind of the passage of the sun as it drops behind the dawn veil. You can see why these jagged peaks that appear so imposing are called something like the dawn veil, because it kind of almost the rays of light that kind of pick out from behind these jagged peaks wash over land for you, and it looks beautiful. But yeah, unfortunately you don't see anything. But now for the rest of you guys, you're just walking through the fields looking as well, or what are you guys doing?
I'll have a look around.
Are we not hidden?
You're hiding?
Yeah.
I thought we were hiding watching Kruger.
Yeah.
Sure, I'm just asking
Yeah,
because nobody's stated, so you guys will have to do stealth rolls. So everyone, and would somebody care Nadria, please.
Do we
how-
know-
What's
I will
Nadia's
get up their
modifier?
stats.
I'll
Give me a
roll for
second.
Nadria.
Jesus.
Oh,
I have a
You rolled
6
advantage,
plus to stealth, and I got a
Very
2.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
oh no.
This is sad. I
We
got
need
an
to up
8.
your dexterity somehow. Just even just a little bit. Oh, it's a negative one. Oh, never know.
I got 23.
Lost cause.
Give me a moment, everyone.
All good.
I'm sad because my stealth is so high, and
I got a
rolled
plus-
so
Plus
low.
4 stealth, but I still got 19 as a roll.
I got 17. I got +3.
Damn, you're all a bunch of
I got
stealth.
mine.
I'm the
Minus one, I
I'm the
got a
least
16.
stealthy one here. I got an 8.
Gilbert is now chasing
sorry.
a rat.
Yeah.
Gilbert gets abducted.
I
instead.
actually breathe fire in the air.
Silver
Pun?
Plus 0. So
Plus 0?
At this point, I should
10.
just go hang out with Kruger.
Nadria got a 10. There you go. You and Nadria are not being stealthy at
Yeah,
all.
Alright. Caleb?
me and Nadria are actually
23.
arguing.
23.
Me and Nadria are arguing about who God knows what.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
Hang on, guys. A9.
I got a 17.
character accurate.
Very accurate.
I got an 8.
Adelaide.
17.
I'm really upset too.
10.
there you go.
Ooh. Pretty even spread. And then Krieger is an A. Are you hiding? No.
No.
I'm assuming no. if
No.
you're in spell practice.
Yeah, I'm being as open and loud. Well, you know, I'm being noticeable.
Okay, brilliant. Right. So. Give me a moment.
I'm actually just playing my drums in the bush.
So you guys are just kind of waiting here. Some of you are able to very easily kind of shrink back and crouch underneath to hide the tops of your heads from the barley. The rest of you are kind of, as Kruger is looking around surveying the area, can definitely pick out all of his friends, kind of some of them with their heads kind of poking over the top of the barley.
That's Dilbert. That's Nadria. That's June. Okay.
Others
Should
kind
I?
of as the warm breeze goes past, kind of very obviously buffeted by this barley. Kind of
I would.
silhouettes them almost.
If I can. Passive perception's 11, so if I can see them because they've got such low stealth rolls, I would like to move further away from them. Be like, I'm gonna like just to like not try to affiliate myself, like maybe like 30 to 40 feet away from them.
So
Can I establish a telepathic link with Kruger if he's within 30 feet of me?
I'm assuming it will.
I'm moving out of the way now that I've seen them.
Yeah. So Abelard, as long as you keep within 30 feet, I'll say.
Yeah, I'll try keep within 30 feet.
Wait, Abelard. Tell him about the fiendish stuff as well.
Yes, I'll go like, we have discovered the type of creature it is.
Oh,
Oh,
right.
Uh,
Right. You
yes,
can do that.
just yell if you need help. Just a heads up. Probably some kind of demon slash devil. Just a heads up.
Succubus?
Like, you see.
Right.
Wait,
I
wait.
mean-
I kind of freeze, but I have like.
16 to 25.
So you
Succubus
see
range.
one, or there? What do you mean? There's a fiend.
June did some magic thing where they kind of sense all of the
Ah,
surrounding
the
area.
big, like the big
yeah.
kind of like ping thing.
Yes, I saw. There's a fiend around. Can I once again cast Detect Evil and Good for a 30-foot range just around me?
You don't get any.
It lasts for 10 minutes, so just if something comes in the next
Can
10
I
minutes.
make a history check on what I know about fiends and devils and any sort of creature like that?
Sure. I will let you roll a.
I can roll with disadvantage if you want, because
No, no, you can do. It's just a straight roll.
Yeah, stop doing that. Yeah, accurate 11.
11. With an 11, you heard tell from some of the more religious folks in Tuttles of their opinion of fiends kind of being very. They seem deceitful, kind of prone to trickery. They're also some of them are quite brutal, you know, and others favor a certain hierarchy, where there are some that are kind of the grunt workers of the fiends. Generally, fiends get involved in. They're kind of, they're directed by kind of a head. Usually, it can take the form of a pit fiend. It can be a fiendish kind of. It can be a deity sometimes. It kind of depends on what their purpose is and what their kind of. They're arranged in circles. I'll say with an 11, you know that they're usually called circles, and they kind of don't stray far out of their circle. But their circles can be massive or they can be small depending on who is considered the head.
Okay.
But yeah, lots of different kinds of fiends would be within these circles.
Hang on. I'll say, hang on. How do I know that this isn't a fiend trying to trick me? Say something that only Abelard would know.
17.
You hear me cursing giant in my head and like, Gorska!
What does that mean?
Fuck. I don't know.
Koska.
Gorska.
Costco.
No, Gorfka.
Gorka.
Costco.
Ah yes, the giant curse word, Costco.
The biggest giant of them all.
Curse you, wholesale.
all giant curse words are just massive conglomerate businesses.
5 more words to stand still.
Gorfka.
Yeah, so you guys are continuing to kind of survey the area, make yourselves obvious, but it seems as I'm assuming you're just going until sunset ends. As sunset kind of well and truly makes its way over and night is kind of ushered in, you guys don't get any sense that that anything has happened in your vicinity, at least. You haven't seen anything, and here's that nothing's seen you.
I haven't heard anything.
Could I call my owls to me?
Sure.
Just one of them, by the way. No.
The sky
Yes,
blackens as owls
to
descend.
maintain inconspicuous, just it's a storm of owls. Sure. Which one are you calling? particular to?
Abelard, is June doing that?
My favorite owl, the one that I
The
talked to
barn owl?
before.
Sure. You watch as after a minute or two, you can hear the faint of this owl kind of heading towards you, and as you hold your elbow up, kind of like a falconer, this owl comes in, settles down, and kind of ruffles their feathers and waits. You can see that there's a little bit of blood kind of splattered on their side.
Al, I would talk to you tonight, but I need my spells for later, so I apologize for that. I have a request to ask of you. Could you find me a local field mouse?
You're saying this is the owl without beast one?
Yes. I don't know if the owl understands me. That's a good point.
Does it? Yeah, does it?
The
Yeah.
owl just kind of tilts its head and kind of.
Damn it. Well. Good evening, Al. I have used a spell so that we
Hello again.
Hello
What can I
again.
do for you?
Firstly, maybe I don't need a secondary local to figure this out for me. Have you spotted anything unusual tonight, Al?
Give me a second, sorry.
Actually, I think owls have very good perception, so.
Yes. Anything unusual in what way? I've seen lots of unusual things. The river itself seemed to have a small whirlpool. That was quite unusual.
That is a thrilling occasion. I mean that with sincerity. Excuse you, Abelard.
It's just always such a dry conversation, and even the owl, it's just like this flat, just like, yes, no emotion is allowed in this conversation.
Owls
is
are
very
above
like,
emotion.
How
You'd know
dare
that.
you. If you were a true friend to the owls, you would know. You
Well,
would know what's up.
Specifically, my owl compatriot, I'm looking for the fiendish. Is there anything?
Such as?
Are you familiar with the fiendish? May I ask?
Does an owl know what a fiend is?
Have you read a book, Mr. Owl?
Can't say I do.
Generally of the underworld. Do you have an afterlife owl? This
I've
is
seen frogs before. They seem quite good.
genuinely probably a good comparison to be made. Sort of occasionally reptilian and disgusting in nature, although I'm not quite sure the specific one we're after is. Perhaps something more associated to your knowledge is we're looking for a hunter of human and humanoid, specifically young children,
Not just
or
children.
middling children, I guess.
Young adults.
Young adults, really.
What's a middling child?
You know, when life gets tough and you buy a car and maybe a gym set and
I'm
you...
an owl. Why would I need a car?
Well,
fuck's a
it's
car?
not really about the car. Exactly, why would they need a car? That's what I'm saying.
But
Eh,
what
they-
is a car?
They never needed the
It's a
car.
fancy car.
Derailed so quickly.
16 to 25 is the age.
16 to 25-year-olds specifically, a hunter.
I can have a look, I suppose. Do you have anything for me in return?
Yes, a day's worth of rations.
What, that beef jerky you keep? No, thank you.
Dang it. No, I have nothing for you yet then. But I shall pay you
You're
upon...
very good at this, are you?
Well, please let me finish. I shall pay you upon when next we meet, which will be soon enough, given
So
our
whenever you beckon me.
association. Essentially.
Very well. Kind of heads off. And after a couple of minutes, give me a moment here. We shall see if the owl sees.
We shall see if it sees.
You gotta find yourself a mouse or something.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, a mouse.
Yeah.
As you stand there, kind of waiting, searching the skies, it's about 10-15 minutes or so, and you can see that this owl eventually kind of glides back towards you and heads back down to settle on your elbow again, or your forearm, sorry. How long does Beastman last? Is
10
it
minutes.
an hour?
10 minutes.
10 minutes, okay, so you would need to recast.
Well, you know the drill. And I cast it again. Al, good evening.
That hellish frog being you were mentioning.
Yes.
Fortunately, I didn't see one. I did see a regular frog, quite disturbing on its own.
They're disgusting creatures, frankly.
Well, I ate it, so you know, doesn't matter to me anymore. I didn't see anything in particular that was bizarre, other than a kind of structure of bones that is kind of near a cave system.
Would you mind pointing us in the direction?
With what?
Your...
My head
Yes.
kind of turns its head towards where the criminal was pointed at.
So, what, sorry?
The cave system.
Mm-hmm.
That's collapsed.
Thank you. Thank you for my... Thank you for being a thesaurus as well. That is all. Thank you very much. I shall provide you a mouse post haste.
Doesn't even have to be a mouse. Like I said, I'll eat a frog. Sometimes I'll eat jerky, but didn't really feel in the mood tonight. We do have wings.
As is the way. Be well. Goodbye.
Alright.
Oh.
He watches the owl kind of circles above you, gives us a whoo, and kind of heads off.
Mm-hmm.
Do we call Kruger back in and go to the fucking...
I just say
Yeah.
telepathically, like, do you want me to hang out here much longer? We've been here for like an hour or something.
Just give me a quick second. June, did your owl friends have anything?
Yes, actually, a pile of bones, which may be nothing and may be everything, but...
Huh. Kruger, you could come back before it makes you to bones.
Bones?
Bones.
Bones.
I
bones.
Sounds like adventure to me. All right, and I'll wander back to the group.
Are they
Sure.
human boats?
We don't
I
know.
Too late now.
What?
It's
Okay.
robot bones, actually.
Well, I was somewhat productive, I guess, but it was a whole lot of nothing.
Well,
Wait.
vámonos.
Where are these bones?
This away. And I confidently walk off in the direction of the owl.
It's probably about, I would say, I'm trying to think what is give me a second.
Speed 60 foot fly speed probably.
Yeah, I know. Give me a sec.
30 foot around.
We're making you check
DM,
all them
DM
things.
checking maths. My apologies, everyone. It's not my
Half hour
strong
walk?
suit.
You could also just make it up, because you're the DM.
No, this is accurate. Accuracy is
I respect
key,
that.
everyone.
I respect that.
Actually, no,
Give me
we
a
do.
moment, so my apologies.
We about it should be about a 15-minute walk. Because the hour's gone 10 to 15 minutes, and it's for there and back, and it's got double the move speed.
Oh yeah, that's quick
Yeah.
maths.
Give me this is just for my own reference, though.
Chuck an extra 10 minutes for difficult terrains.
Yes.
Half
Um,
hour.
Hang on, wait for me. I got little legs.
Should really upgrade those.
I need to get like a mobile feet or something. Having 25 movement speed sucks
your,
ass.
Upgrade your legs.
I'm a slow boy.
Yeah, I think my next one was I wanted to get the feat. What is it? The skilled feat or whatever.
Okay.
The one that
Skilled
gives you
feat,
an
yeah.
expertise.
Mm-hmm.
Alright,
Yeah,
so
skill expert,
it would
yeah.
take you probably about half an hour to get to the criminal, and as you guys kind of step through this the terrain of these crop fields, you don't notice anything out of place in the actual fields of barley that you're traversing now. Eventually, it kind of transitions. There's a kind of fence line that is well worn and has large gates kind of beckoning you into another field. This one is wheat. You guys kind of make your way through. And eventually you come upon what appears to be a kind of a mine shaft that is kind of has a large cavernous opening. It appears as if the inside has been collapsed to some degree. You can see that there's scaffolding, metal scaffolding that's kind of been broken, smashed in two, and is kind of has large boulders and other debris from this collapsed mine. That's kind of obstructing the actual view of the interior. But this definitely looks like a large operation. It almost seems as if this has been actually kind of, it's kind of, I would say it's well over 120 feet high. It is absolutely massive, and it's probably about the same in width. So it's kind of domineering for this landscape, but you can see that there are various different points of scaffolding that are attached to the actual sides here. You can see that there's what appears to be an archway that says to run along that's kind of been rusted and is collapsed, falling apart. It's very much it looks as if it was an entrance point, at least, to these, the interior of this cave system, but is no longer functional. But you can see that there appears to be almost like a, how do I describe this? It's like a, you can see that there are 4 sets of bones that are kind of arranged in a square shape, almost like a diamond, that kind of overlap one another. So they're kind of stacked up, one on top of each other, intersecting into like almost a column, but keeping that almost like a Jenga statue. You guys know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
or like what are those
Fiend
ones where you
likes
use instead with
Jenga.
like
Fiends like Jenga.
with the sticks that kind of go in like a hash pattern? You guys know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm forgetting.
Pick
the-
up sticks.
Kind
What
of.
is
I
it-
mean, I guess.
Is that?
I don't know if that's
Yeah,
my
kind
brain
of-
is not
yeah.
working.
You're talking about-
I can see it. I can see
Is
Give
it.
me a
yeah.
second.
We
Yes,
know what you
pick up
mean.
sticks.
Yeah.
Yes, pick up sticks.
Yes.
Cool.
I knew exactly what you were talking about. I was like, it's
See, you
Jenga
and I-
with sticks. I was like, pick up sticks.
My brain. When you DM, sometimes
Mm.
things just the wires get crossed, guys.
Jenga with sticks. There you
Jenga
go.
with
I apologize.
Pretty
guys.
much.
Can I
My
walk up
brain.
to the bones and cast Detect Evil and Good again?
I start playing pick up sticks with the bones.
Don't touch those. Okay.
Sure. I still fucking pick up sticks. Whatever. Okay. Detect good and evil. My second, it's within 30 feet.
Yep. Also, I don't know whether or not the site is desecrated or consecrated.
Yeah.
What the hell does consecrated mean?
Sacred.
Like holy ground.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
To consecrate something is to like make it a holy place and holy ground.
Checks that up.
To desecrate is to desecrate it.
Yes, I know what desecrate means.
Dilbert's
It is
very familiar.
a
Yeah.
site that has been. It is a site that has been desecrated. You don't get a ping of anything in the vicinity of 30 feet, though.
Cool. Can I examine the bones?
Sure. By all means, please examine the bones. You can either do a religion check, or you can do
Medicine.
yes. Yeah, I'll let you do a medicine check if you're
Yes.
investigating the bones. Sure.
I've never seen so many medicine checks
17.
rolled.
Alright,
In an
everyone's
entire
"I'm gonna roll
campaign."
medicine check. I'm
Well, I
like,
picked
okay.
proficiency. I'm a doctor. I'm like, are
Yeah,
these people
makes
bones?
sense for your character.
No, but you're making sense for the check.
Yeah.
I'm like, I've never seen it more versatile in my entire life. It's
I have plenty expertise in this. I want it to be
it's an
useful.
accomplishment.
What did you get? Sorry.
17.
17. These look humanoid. They don't look like animal bones or anything. From your combat medic expertise, you get the sense that these bones they're large bones within the human body, so they could either be humerus bones. They don't look long enough to be a femur, but they could possibly be perhaps maybe a tibia bone or something similar.
Dude, I think these like abducted people might be dead, like super dead.
Yes,
Well,
I
Either
agree.
that
They
or without
all-
their bones.
They all look to be of not necessarily. They are uniform, but they're not exactly so. So they're either
So slight differences.
yeah, there are slight differences, though they all seem to be bones of a similar type.
That's
How fresh?
sus.
How fresh? With a 17, I'll say there's no attached gore or muscles. They don't seem to be aged, so they're not necessarily yellowing. At least to a degree where they've been there for years. It's hard to tell a specific time of death just from the bones, but they do look as if they have been stripped clean. So somebody has definitely taken care to prepare these bones to stack them like pickup sticks.
Were we told when the cave-in happened again? Oh, happened 2 weeks
2 weeks
ago.
ago.
Happened 2 weeks ago. Okay.
Um,
And the first disappearance was about a month ago.
Yeah.
Because obviously, like, that's obviously a tower of like a weird pickup stick tower of bones is not normal.
no, not normal at all. Can I get like a bit of fabric or something?
Sure.
And can I just like wrap the bones in that and take them?
Is it
Why are
like
you taking the bones?
Because we need to go talk to the arbiter about them.
is it like maybe like an effigy sort of thing? Maybe like to ward
Can
off
I do a religion check to see?
intruders?
Yes, I will let you do a.
Effigy check.
Effigy check.
Yo,
The
Can I
fuck
do
are
an
they-
Yo, effigy
check,
check.
yo?
Why would they be doing this with bones, yo?
Layers of bones.
Yo, can I get an effigy check?
13.
13, it definitely appears to you as if it's ritualistic. You're not as familiar with demonic rituals as you are with maybe other more celestial or sacred rituals that you might have studied before. You're going to get the sense that demonic rituals were not really spoken about on your plane, or at least in what you've studied. The I'll say you get the sense that it's not necessarily an effigy, but it is a marker of sorts. So this doesn't look like the full ritual, but it looks like it is part of something ritualistic.
Hey May, where you're from, do you do like things with bones or anything like that?
I feel like that's like the opposite
Yeah.
of what May would do.
Nature, you find bones of dead animals, you turn them into stuff. I don't know.
No, these bones are definitely not bones that were found. These are bones that have been eaten, like, or something.
Are you telling me a fiend's gonna eat my
Like,
bones?
these are clean. These
Yeah,
are
this
like
doesn't
these have
look
been
like
licked
something's
clean.
decomposed
I don't
off of
know.
it.
Are they gonna eat my bones?
If we stick, anyway,
I don't know if we're gonna stick with the plan of you being bait anymore. This is a bit too real.
anyway,
gonna get
I have a
bit.
slight,
getting
I have an
scary.
idea. So part of ritual, this is used as a marker, which would seem to signify, and is part of the ritual, which would mean that there will probably be more of these around. So,
Inside the cave, maybe.
so maybe we take these back to town, talk to the arbiter about it, and then organize a search of all nearby fields for any more of these. If we can somehow disrupt the ritual, we should hopefully be able to try to draw out this fiend, or at least draw it out to the point where it is making more frequent attacks.
That's
and we
really
can catch
smart.
it that way.
I reckon we say fuck it.
We
and go in
want
this
it to
cave.
make more attacks?
Well, we want to draw it out. So in theory, we can use more of us as bait in hopes if it comes for one of us, and then we gank it.
Okay. I thought you wanted more
Gank
people
the
to die.
fiend.
Yanking an official
You
D&D.
know, that's
Avalon.
fucking League of
Nice.
Legends
Yeah.
terminology.
Big League of Legends fan, Avalon.
League is
play
big on the
League?
dream
I've never
plane.
played League before
League
in
of
my life.
Legends is
No, no, me
massive
neither.
on the dream plane. It's like got a whole following.
They all play League in their spare time.
Yeah.
Uh,
They ganking this fiend.
Leo would be so mad they're missing out on this conversation.
Can I climb to the top of the caved-in like rubble and try to clear some of it out just to see how like dense it is? Like how like what's the word I'm after? Like how much like rubble there is in the way to get into the cave?
Sure, you can try.
Could I help? Can I just?
Oh,
Can
I'm
I
gonna-
just like
How are
start
you
digging?
gonna
I'm
help?
Digging at the rocks together.
I'm
From the bottom?
For no.
I'm climbing on top.
Landslide, baby.
Yeah, we'll
Oh.
cause a landslide. No, from the top we just like try and like dig
Oh,
out some
sorry,
of the
my
rocks.
mistake. You're both going up.
Yes.
Okay, I was like, how are you helping from the bottom? Makes sense. That was a stupid DM moment.
Do I have to make like
Yes.
an athletics check or
Yes,
something?
you will have to make. an
Kill
athletics check for this.
bananas.
It is also difficult terrain, so what is your...
25.
Okay, it's
So
gonna take
what?
you a while.
I got a 19 athletics check.
Okay, so it's about 150 feet up.
Yep.
So with a 19,
I'm
I'll
climbing.
say that you can get halfway, and then you'll have to roll another athletics check for me, please. So as you kind of stare up at this massive, daunting expanse of large boulders and rocks that appear to have been kind of caved in,
Mm.
everything else appears to have been kind of mined out
Mm.
in a really uniform way. So it's kind of almost dome-like as it covers the top. But to a certain point, it looks as if it's completely just collapsed. And as you kind of reach your arms up, begin to kind of spread out and kind of haul yourself up. Did you go up with all of your armor on and everything?
Oh yeah.
So you're kind of pulling against the weight of all of the weaponry and the armory that you're kind
Strong
of
boy.
carrying.
I'm trying to flex. I kind of passively. I'm kind of trying to flex my athletic ability. Like you haven't really seen it, but like I do work out a lot, so it's just like. And at one point, I try to go like a. Like
You can feel
and grab it.
the strain on your delts and in your shoulder blades as you're kind of pulling yourself up the lats, kind of hauling yourself up this rock wall. Roll another athletics check for me, please.
Okie dokie. Oh hell yeah! 12 plus 5, 17.
Sure. Finding the strength to kind of push past the burn that you can feel kind of in your biceps now as you're kind of reaching up. You're pulling yourself up further, and eventually you do get to the top of this 150 foot. You look back down at your friends, you can see that you an enormous span of this rock wall.
Now
and
you guys look small.
Are you gonna start digging, or
Yeah, I'm just gonna try and try to clear
if you're
I-
ascending the rock wall as well? I need
Can
to
I
make-
just roll twice? Skip
I was gonna
the.
say, yeah,
Can I
sure.
use acrobatics instead then,
Um,
or not so
I
much?
will say no, because this is a relatively flat rock wall. So I would assume, unless you, I mean,
I mean, as a monk, so like maybe.
Nah.
I think
But-
it would mostly be an athletics check because you'd have to pull yourself up this sheer kind of rock
Yeah,
face.
you're
Unless you
using
can
a fetus.
describe to me.
Well, I rolled a 7 and an 18, so
Okay.
I'm assuming no, because I wouldn't have even made it up the first half.
No, I
Okay.
would say.
Then I just kind of like
You're
feel like.
eat.
Yeah.
Watching as Krieger kind of pulls himself up this wall, you kind of have a bit of a friendly rivalry with Krieger being
Do I hear
age.
Dilbert sliding down?
I initially try and like jump up acrobatically and then realize that that's not going to work, and then
Sure.
stop. Is how I'm gonna flavor that.
Sure. No worries.
What's the matter, Dilbert? Can't climb?
You attempt
I don't have the muscles. I just kind of look up and grunt and then stop and go and walk back to everyone else.
Yeah, I'll start trying to clear. See if it's
Okay.
if I can try to make a little tunnel, kind of big enough for a regular person to maybe crawl through. To any success at all?
Roll a strength check for me, please.
Okie dokie.
Um,
Hang on, just 1 second. I'm going to expend a use of my giant smite, so you just immediately see this 2'6" little halfling shoot up to 8 foot, boof,
Does that make the rocks fall away?
because I'm thinking bigger hands can clear more rock.
I was about to say, how much do you weigh now? Does it tell you weight specific or?
Let me see.
We're the same.
You learn how to imbue
Well, I'm
yourself with the
assuming-
might of giants as a bonus action. You magically gain the following benefits. If you are smaller than large, you become large, along with anything you are wearing. If you lack the rune to become large, your size does not change.
Okay, well,
doesn't
it's
say
not
anything
you
about
don't
weight.
Lack the room.
It doesn't say anything about weight, but
But I would say that
becoming a
it's
large
something-
creature, I would assume I definitely get heavier though.
Yes, and I will also say that as it says, everything that you're wearing expands
Mm-hmm.
to fit you now. So,
Does-
how much does your plate mail weigh already?
You have plate or chain?
It's like a
Doesn't
I thought it was
does
plate,
isn't
but I
your
could-
no,
sword
it's
already
chainmail,
the-
chainmail.
Sure. how much-
55 pounds.
okay.
How much are you increasing in size?
I go from small to large, so I'm
So
skipping the
from-
medium altogether.
Like around 2.
I'm like on a board, small to medium creatures cover just a 5 foot square. I cover a 10 by 10.
So you're
large. Is
I'm
large.
Yeah.
I'm
Um,
like, what did I say?
okay.
I'm like 9. I'm probably 9, 10 feet tall now.
Roll a dex check for me.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna say because you're expanding in size, you're still kind of hanging on into this space. So you
Yeah,
have
that's
to
fair.
kind of
That's fair.
right yourself
What
and
the
catch
fuck
yourself.
is going on up there?
Dex check 15.
15. Okay, I'll say with a 15.
Okay, cool. And a strength check to try and clear.
Sure.
I do that with advantage because now I am a large creature.
Sure.
Thank God that's a nat 20.
And that 20, yeah. So now that you've kind of expanded your size, it's relatively easy to move these huge boulders that are kind of blocking the way. And you kind of begin to hurl them off,
Watch out!
and they kind of descend downwards, kind of falling, and make large impacts and craters in the ground below.
Hell yeah.
Some of them kind of just completely shatter
Mm.
and kind of splinter off into little bits of debris. So, how much are you clearing? Are you
As
attempting to?
much as I can. I would like to go until I can get to the other side of the rubble, or until like for whatever reason I cannot dig anymore.
Okay.
I stay like this. I stay in a large size for a minute as well. So
Sure. So I'll say at the end of the minute you can probably get to. What did you roll in your strength check?
nat 20. So
Nat 20, that's
a
right.
total of 23.
Sure. I'll say at the end of a minute you can probably get through maybe about 15 foot, 20 foot. I'll say. of
Still
this
more rubble.
Yeah.
Uh,
Seems like it.
I'll just poke my head out. It's still going.
Do we just let him keep on going?
I told us
I
leaving
reckon
here
we
in
set
case
up
these
camp.
boats get taken. Well, we need to go back to town and tell them that the fact that these people are dead.
As you begin to clear this rock wall,
Mhm.
it does get so the rubble doesn't get as large. It's kind of smaller enough for you to kind of begin to break through it, but it looks like this is almost a solid wall of rubble from this collapsed mine.
Can't do anything. No. Can I try to whack it with my sword? Like this is like
Sure.
I don't know. I'm just like.
Are you attempting to use it as a pickaxe or just to kind of like hit
Try
it?
hit it, try to maybe split it in half or something like that. I don't know.
Sure. Roll to hit, I guess.
Okay, cool. I don't know. Kruger's tired now. He's just like. 18 plus 6, 24. Do I hit? Do I crack rock? Do I hit
will
rock?
say you definitely hit the rock.
Cool. Do you want me to roll damage or?
No, it's okay. I mean, I would say.
I don't know.
How much do I damage this rock?
I would
Oh,
say
it's a
you
magic.
could
It's a
hit.
magical sword.
Yeah, it's also giant skin, so it's stone, isn't it?
Well, that's flavor. Yeah.
So it's
yeah.
not like you're not. It's not going to chip a blade, though. Is what I'm asking. It's not like
No.
acrobat.
Well, thanks to A9's enhanced weapon, it's a magical weapon now. So I don't know if that would chip.
Well, I was more just asking if it was metal, would it bend out of shape? Like if you're hitting a rock, or like, is it metal or is it stone?
Stone giant skin. So,
so
however
not
durable that is, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna say it won't bend out of shape if you hit the rock. But yeah, sure. I'll say that you can split the rock into kind of smaller pieces. You can see that there's a faint sliver of. Doesn't appear to be light, but it does seem that there's a faint breeze that's kind of rushing through towards you, and you feel kind of it's cold, and kind of
Wrap my scarf up a bit tighter. Well.
yeah, kind of heads towards you now.
I can feel a breeze.
Maybe make your pants a bit tighter or something.
Okay, I deserve that one. No, I think I'm nearly through the rubble.
Thumbs up from 150 foot down, just like
We're all just sitting around a campfire at this point,
I
like
assume so.
eating rations.
How long has this taken me
I'd say it'd probably take you about.
to climb and then shove and
I would
all
say
that?
it'd probably take you an hour to climb it.
We're
I'm
fully-
nearly done. I promise.
Well, at least I'm fully sitting at the campfire eating one of my rations, just chilling
I'm like
out.
sitting at the campfire,
Well-
just very concerned and looking at the Kruger, like just like
Oh, hang on. So I would say to get to where you are now, it'll take you an hour.
Okay.
Because you can move 25 feet a turn and it's 150 feet
Mhm.
high, so it's not too close.
All right. I feel the breeze. All right. One more final ditch. I don't want to swing my sword because I mean it did something, but I don't know. Do I have any like?
Dig again.
It looks
Is it weak enough? If like I'll fucking bugger it. I'll try to punch it.
sure if you want to punch rock. Yeah.
I'll punch rock.
Roll to hit.
14 to punch rock.
You hit the rock.
Wow.
just punch straight in the rock, Johnson, straight in the
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
yeah.
Whoops.
As soon as you impact your hand against it,
Mm-hmm.
you feel a sharp pain kind of jolting up your arm.
Hey, yo.
It definitely feels like you've broken something in your hand.
Oh shit.
You're punching rock, man.
Dude.
I don't know what to tell you.
Steve from Minecraft could never.
No, he could
that's raw as fuck.
Dude, Steve
I
punches
would say
trees.
you take 6 points of damage.
Okay.
Because this is
That's
a
fair.
large rock.
That's
and
fair,
You're
that's
punching
fair.
it just with your fucking hand.
I'll take that. Okay, that was dumb. That was dumb. Ow.
What do you?
It does feel like it's shifted slightly under the impact, and
Oh, come on.
all of a sudden you can hear a kind of as you watch this kind of section that you've carved out for yourself begin to kind of grind and shift and eventually kind of begin to cave in.
I'll poke my head through just real quick.
It's
Anything?
caving in on you.
Oh, on me.
So as you dislodge,
Kruger dies.
Oh no.
as you
I thought because I was at the top,
move
like no one
forward-
could cave in. Ah, shit.
As you move forward, you dislodge some of the rocks at the back, and you can hear this kind of as they kind of tumble down this rock face.
Mm-hmm.
And you watch as in front of you, on top of you, these kind of large, almost gap-filling rocks, kind of not the ones that kind of settled in between the crevices of these larger rocks begin to kind of shift down toward you. So it's not a bulk because you are right at the very top,
Mm-hmm.
but they are beginning to kind of
Okay.
approach you now.
I immediately run back the other way. I draw out my sword and I'm gonna try and surfboard it down.
The entire rock face?
Yes. I think it's gonna collapse on me. I'm out of there.
Oh my god, this is death.
Okay.
No, fuck yeah.
Yeah. Like.
Fucking steps up.
This is Silver Surfer.
It was crit fail, 450 foot, and get really
And-
badly injured.
Another great movie about penguins.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Fuck's sake.
Full circle.
I made another mistake.
Oh no. Okay, so
Very time
as
costly
you,
mistake.
okay, I'll get you to roll first a dex check for me
Shit. Yeah,
to
I'll do this one.
stay on your makeshift board.
16.
How high was the DC?
Yeah.
Just a
I'm at your whim.
bizarre moment, yeah. You know what? Because I think it's cool. I'm gonna say, yeah, that's probably enough to at least stay on it for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It's a vertical rock face, so you're kind of just. So you get to kind of
Nah, I should be right.
full damage. Okay, you get to kind of the first, I'll say, 20 foot,
Mm-hmm.
and you begin to kind of try and surf down, the rocks grinding underneath you.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, the sword begins to slip out from underneath you as you're going straight down to the ground. At this
Can I
point.
try-
It's
can
no
I try-
longer vertical.
Alrighty.
It's no longer, at least a little bit of a slant. It's completely vertical at this point.
Can I giant smite one more time, become large, and try to just grab into the
Oh my
Cliff.
god.
Sure, I will allow you to do that.
with advantage?
Yes.
All right. That's cocked. Thank God. That is a 19.
From down on the ground, you guys are kind of watching as Kruger appears, runs out of this,
Surfs for like 20 seconds.
runs out
Not even.
out of this tunnel that he'd made, begins to kind of throw the sword underneath him, setting up in kind of a what stance you ride, goofy or regular?
Oh, I think regular, but
What?
probably looks goofy.
Do you not
It's a very important question.
Is this a real thing?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Wait, what do you mean?
It
Wait.
could be a regular.
You can
It's
walk
like
up
it
to
depends
someone?
on your leading foot, which you put.
Oh, okay. Oh,
A lot of knowledge up in this brain, guys.
I don't
Isn't
know.
it left foot forward is goofy or some
I
shit?
think so.
Oh, well,
Oh.
what?
Wanna actually make
Yeah,
it?
no, left foot forward. Left foot forward.
Skating and surfing terms.
Yeah, no, left foot forward.
Also boarding.
Hmm?
Snowboarding.
There you go.
Yeah,
Left
yeah,
foot
that
forward.
too.
Mm.
I forgot
Sure,
snowboarding
so-
existed.
Yep.
You wouldn't know,
begin
Con.
to
No,
kind of
God no. Why would I know?
Throw the sword underneath you, and for a second you can see that kind of a large gash is being carved into the rocks underneath this sword point that's kind of, making a groove. And then eventually you watch as Krugar begins to free fall, one hand kind of on the sword, and then grows in midair to 8 feet, kind of reaching out and behind. You can feel, even though you're huge now,
Mm.
you almost feel as if your arm's been pulled out of your socket as you suddenly stop.
Oh, why does that feel
Um,
familiar?
Flashback.
Oh,
I can immediately relate to the
no.
pain.
Oh no.
Triggered.
It beats
Connor is
Dude.
triggered.
flashbacks to snowboarding.
Oh no, another
Maybe
boarding
you had a
incident.
better
Art imitates life.
It's come full circle, guys.
That is so sad.
Do you want to explain a little?
Oh
Colin, would you
god.
like to explain?
I tried to snowboard and I dislocated my shoulder within the first 5 seconds. It was very painful.
Grim. I was there the whole time.
Thank God for
You
Holly.
weren't there. Anyway, so you feel the kind of immediate impact. You're hanging there by one arm. Kind of quickly bring your second arm up. Kind of pull yourself back. You look back at the tunnel. You haven't fallen that far, and it doesn't seem to be completely caved in.
Okay,
you can't
cool.
even see the debris that you'd gone through at this point.
Run away from nothing.
God, I was scared.
Baited.
You baited me hard, my guy.
I'm playing my drums around the fireplace at this point.
Sure. What
I
are you
s-
playing?
What?
What are you playing?
I'm playing
Kumbaya.
The Halo
Kumbaya.
theme song.
I'm playing the Halo theme song.
Dun,
on my
dun,
drums.
On the drums.
And I'm singing at the same time.
Okay.
I'm
It's the song of the monastery.
Oh god. Avlad's just like holding a bag of
roll.
like this, the dead bones.
The 19th for performance.
That's it.
Waiting, I've been trying to, we're
I
trying to
rolled a
go
19
back to
for
the Arbiter of
performance.
Ages.
Nice. I mean, this is an excellent rendition of the Halo theme song
on
are
drums.
they conga drums? What are they?
they're-
Bongos?
I can't get my thing. I think they're just hand drums. Like it's just
Any kind
or
of
a
drum.
hand drum. Singular.
All right. So you're hanging, kind of clutched up on
Faintly hearing.
Does my gigantic
Yeah.
sword just like fall?
Up to you. I mean,
Well, I guess I lost foot of it, so I'm gonna.
I was gonna say that you put your forearm up to kind of catch you, but it's up to you. I wasn't gonna be that cruel because I did bait you. So
You baited me hard, dude. No. The giant. Well, it was like. What the gigantic 10-foot sword just goes. Vroom.
sure. You guys watch as point down, this large sword begins to kind of tumble down towards you. The hilt clinks off the side of this rock face and begins to fall directly down. It
Well,
embeds itself a good couple of inches into this ground. It's not. This opening here is not stone on the ground, so you haven't cracked anything. It's just gone straight through what appears to be like hard, compact soil.
Hmm.
So it's almost embedded to the hilt at this point.
okay. I thought it was gonna cave in, so that's why I ran.
Just thumbs up again from the ground.
I'm coming down. I'm gonna try and just climb my way down as quickly as I can.
An athletics check for me, please.
Am
I'll
I
only make you roll one.
Am I still? Do I get advantage because I'm still large?
So yeah.
Cool. 15.
15?
Oh, sorry, athletics check. 17.
Sure. So with a 17, it's relatively easy to make your way down. You've done it before, and you begin to kind of
I just shrink down like halfway.
and eventually rejoin your friends at the base of this rock wall.
Okay. I thought it was. Hear me out. Are you giving me that look? I was trying to make a clearing for us to get in later, in case there's some bad guys on the other side that we have to go defeat to save the townspeople. And I thought it was caving in on top of me, and I tried to ride my my sword down as a board because I thought that was cool, and completely forgot that it is a vertical cliff, not, yeah. I think I popped my shoulder. Can you please put it back in?
I hate them vertical cliffs.
real nasty.
Can I perform
vertical
a medicine
cliff.
check on the arm whilst touching, just audibly?
Sure. Yeah.
Do you want me to fix it?
Music is the best
To the
medicine.
backdrop of Dilbert playing the
That's
Halo.
really good. Wow, where'd you learn that?
I don't even stop to say anything.
Unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20. Due to the sharp impact of kind of jolting the arm out of its socket, it looks pretty bad.
Why am I such a problem child?
Can I treat it?
Yeah, I'll say if you roll, so what was your medicine?
20.
Yeah, I'll say that you can relatively easy.
I don't provide any warning when I snap it back in, by the way. I just go.
No, this is what you meant. Okay, wait. My brother Isaiah did this once. You gotta like put it.
Pat him on the head.
The scream fits perfectly into the song.
That's not how the doctors do it. But I guess you're a doctor, so it's fine. Thank you very much.
I'll pat Kruger on the head. The pain will help you remember the lesson for next time.
I've got a lot of lessons to learn.
Don't waste time climbing useless hills.
Damn.
Dylan lies.
Who's playing these drums?
Playing these Halo bongos.
Anyway, I think
I make a note as well. I write it down. I take a break. I write down, don't waste time climbing useless hills as a note for myself.
I'm gonna write that down too.
Don't go chasing waterfalls.
Just stick to the rivers and the lakes that you used
Mhm.
to, kids.
Damn.
Anyway, I will suggest that we head back to town for the cruise.
Sorry.
As we should have, maybe
Yes.
30 minutes ago.
I didn't think it would take that long, to be honest. Like,
was-
is my
was-
sword just like a
I've got like
gigantic,
this baggy of bones.
It was
razor from where-
entertaining
like
to say the least.
Because the sword would have shrunk down as well, so it's just like a
Yeah.
big like soil crater. I'm like, awesome.
It was entertaining to say the least.
Sure. I will say that if you guys are heading back
Mhm.
to town, I think that is a pretty good place to end tonight's session. So, after your eventful investigation of this massive rock wall, the Crimalt in Dount, you guys begin to head back under the cover of night towards the town proper. And with your investigations in hand, did you guys have fun tonight?
Yeah. That was
Great
awesome.
time.
I'm just happy to be in Doubt. Doubt's just such a beautiful place in my mind.
Mm.
I love it so much.
It's idyllic.
It is idyllic.
We hope anybody who's watching enjoyed as well. Thank you so much for spending time to get to this point. It means a lot to us, and we appreciate it. It is always a pleasure, never a chore to DM for you all. We hope to see you guys next week, where we continue our investigation of these strange pickup stick bones and the rituals of these potentially fiendish individuals. So, does anybody else have anything else they want to say, or all good to go?
Tune in next week, folks.
Tune in next week. Much love to you all. We appreciate you, and see you next time.
Boy.